opposite things. At least get your story straight.
Fucking Christ. Like, didn't they even fucking like they also found they didn't they also like try to drag like United Spacers Alliance into this shit?
Yeah, he was like doing something like where he was posting about the Gatekeepers Alliance, I think on the G&G website, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
They posted some screenshot where it had the G&G header, but then it had like, join the Gatekeepers Alliance, blah, 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 and it had his symbol next to it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't even know what the fuck this is, dude. Like, but you're accusing me of something. I can't even tell. Like, just
Yeah.
to say, uh,
Oh boy, Ant's new video today is the reason almost every Fantastic Four adaptation fails. No one cares, Ant. Like, no one cares what the fuck you have to say. Oh my god.
this will be good in the algorithm.
Yeah, this would be good in the algorithm. Everybody loves Pedro Pascal, right? Right?
He's my model for manliness.
Oh,
I base all my behaviors off of
oh my
him.
god,
That's why I lick a rainbow dildo every night.
I wouldn't be surprised if fucking Ant like legit posts that. Like, didn't he post that like one day or something, or was that somebody else?
Oh, what about Pedro
Yeah,
Pascal?
something like that. I think I saw that, or probably mistaking him for someone else.
Well,
Anyway.
when I responded to one of his retarded fans who tried to play dumb, they were like, I'm arguing that you said traditionally masculine. You should have just said masculine. I'm like, I'm trying to differentiate from this retarded new shit they're trying to push. They're
Yeah.
like, what are you talking about? Nobody's doing that. So I literally just Googled Pedro Pascal masculinity and a bunch of fucking articles from MSNBC and everything came up. So I just linked one of them on the fucking tweet. I'm like, basically this, and this isn't the only person that's trying to push this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see how you can deny it's happening.
Oh my
Just
god.
dancing
And
around every
if
red
it is
carpet.
happening, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, John, I just sent you the link of the video we're watching today.
Oh, did you? Um, do you want to do a short one at the start for that YouTube poop that I posted?
Oh yeah, we can. Yeah, you pull that shit up.
Because it's only like I think under 3 minutes long, so it's a good,
Yeah.
nice short one, and it's a classic. I have a 13-year-old comment on the video. I looked at it.
Oh yay.
Hang on a
Ah,
second. Where was that? Oh yeah, the suggestions channel here.
yeah.
Sentinel uploads. Being retarded. Where is that?
Yes.
Looking on your Discord. Oh yeah, there it is. Video suggestions under
Good.
podcast. That's why.
Good.
I don't know why I just wasn't looking there. Okay, and then let's go to back to the Stream Voice channel. Share screen. Still not paying for a nitro. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyways, hey, it's Justin. Hey, Justin, did you confront Purist over that fucking comment we found on that one Kramer video we found? Anyways, John, well, he types out. Let's see. We got YouTube poop Zelda Link's first date. Here we go.
My cock is
hardened with fire.
see, isn't it beautiful?
Oh, and in case you guys are wondering why it's low quality on here, this is a
17 years
17-year-old
ago.
video.
This is quite possibly the oldest video like we've covered on Backseat Boys.
So what is it? 2025. So it would have been like
Like
whatever that would be, like 2008-ish.
yeah.
Oh
Okay,
yeah. So I was in school looking this up, clearly in Video Pro Tech class or something, because
Stop
13 years ago, I
Stop
said
policing
my favorite
yourself and
part.
have me know my favorite part.
I was watching. I'm like, I know this video, and then I'm like, oh, I made a comment on it a number of years ago when I was a young lad.
Yeah.
It's in my fucking teens when I made that. Makes me
Yeah.
sad now.
Mhm.
We'll make ourselves happy by watching the rest.
All right,
I
hold
like
on.
the Adobe thing.
Adobe logo, yeah. Oh man, Flash is fucking dead, bro. Yeah. Anyway.
I just wonder what's up with my stuff.
My boy, this
Oh,
dick is what
boy.
all true warriors rub in the morning. After you've rubbed
You're
then we can rub
come off.
the floor.
How about a kiss for luck?
No, Link.
No.
I'm going to pay Duke Onklet. If you don't hear from me in a month, save me.
Great! I can't wait to grab my dong. Well,
Link, stop
Please.
being yourself and have me.
No!
Fuck.
The way he puts together the audio is all from the fucking game, but he just
yeah.
like clips it so perfect.
Yeah. Oh man, they don't edit audio together like this anymore, do they? No. Like,
Stop pleasing
Yeah,
yourself.
shit like this requires talent, folks. This is what we had to do back in the good old days. Anyway.
We're going to Gamelon.
Fuck. Oh boy. This big slut. Squadala, we are off.
Oh God, 1 month.
Squadala, we are here. Wake up.
What? Link? You've
Come. Oh, what? Oh,
father.
what?
Father!
Hey, why'd you do that?
I just
Make
you come.
You did not.
In the
As it
next.
is written, you must come.
All right, dear.
Squadala.
Do.
Squad is this guy.
Oh no.
Have mercy.
Mercy, rub my dick onto your face.
Please, you're omnipotent. This is illegal, you know.
No, I'm going.
I'm going.
Fuck.
Link. You pieces of shit. I'm going to kill Link.
There is no time. Squadala. Fuck off.
Squad it off. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Where are you heading, partner?
I'm going to fuck up the king.
Don't fight him, feed him.
Feed him your
Something spicy. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love how the game provides all the perfect transitions.
I know, right?
Link's
Head.
Like one of the few good
Is
things
the king
about it.
hungry?
I wonder what's for dinner.
How about my
Spicy.
cock?
Hmm.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh God. Oh God.
My boy, this
Come,
is
beautiful. I won.
I
Oh.
Spicy.
dick.
Oh my god, man. Yeah.
Short, sweet, and to the point. That's
Yeah.
a good comedy.
Yeah.
Oh
What the
my
fuck,
God.
indeed, Justin. Also,
It-
this
It holds up.
Justin's
I
all
can say.
Justin's all like disgusting.
I just love the extremely censored as it goes to the king and his fucking bitch boy.
Yeah. Justin says, not yet. Purist is on live next 2 days, waiting for Melvin's streams. Yeah. All right, Justin, put him on the spot for us. And Justin
Yeah,
on
give
his,
like $100 super chat to him.
give him like $100 super chat asking, what the fuck did you like Kramer's review of Tales of the Jedi? It was a Filoni show. Justin also says big crybaby cartoons. Yeah, these are probably the cartoons Big Baby is fucking always banging on about. Yeah. Anyway, on to the
He's
real.
like, why are you hating on CDI Zelda? Why are you hating on it? It's like everybody knows that was shit, bro.
Yeah. Hang on. All right. All right. Hang on, John. Keep the chat busy. I'm gonna go heat up my dinner real quick. Be right back.
No problem. Yeah, so basically, that was Video Pro Tech class was the one class where we had no restrictions on the computers, and I'd watch all that fucking dumb shit all the time. Put him in a mall. Oh yeah. Big crybaby cartoons. Oh my gosh. See, the thing is, and people always say this whenever I play a shitty game or something. It's like, why are you doing this? I'm like, haven't you ever watched Angry Video Game Nerd? Come on, we all like a little shit every once in a while. Watch a shitty horror sequel. Oh my god, I have to say that video fucking holds up. I couldn't believe. It's been so long since I watched it that it was basically like seeing it for the first time again. The only part that I remembered is whenever, well, obviously the comment that I had scrolled down and seen, but also the, please have mercy, your omnipotence. I cannot. Oh, those were the best YouTube poops. They were like always like 5 minutes or under. Some of them were only like 45 seconds, but and they use the same clips all the time, but they were always the fucking best. Oh my gosh. And then there's one I'll have to show it to him next week about I think it's the king's unreasonable demands where he's just like looks like everyone is busy. I wonder why. Well, there's a few people in here. They just haven't been chatting so far, Justin. But I'm sure it'll fill in as we go along. I was busy myself trying to save Europe. I was trying to stop the Battle of the Bulge in middle of a European assault. Them Germans don't want to quit, them Jerry's. But
All right,
yeah,
folks, I'm
basically,
back. What I miss?
nothing much. I was
Ah.
just telling some anecdotes about how I used to mess around in Video Pro Tech class on dumb videos like that because it was the one school computer that wasn't blocked for anything, so you could just look up whatever you wanted on it. Because it was
Yeah,
the same room where you did the
yeah,
school news, so they had to let you like actually go on the internet like
yeah,
normal.
yeah. John, no joke. When I was in high school, okay, so like that, like when I was in high school, that's when everyone had like a personal laptop, right? And
Mm.
and because they were school laptops, a fuck ton of websites were blocked because they didn't want kids goofing off, right? And a lot of Wikipedia pages were also blocked, right? Except for one page, right?
Wikipedia.
What? No. One page on Wikipedia slipped through the cracks, and it was the page for toplessness. No, I'm not kidding. So there was just this Wikipedia page of, like bare-breasted women just out there with their hoo-has. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. Well, let's see what else Justin say. Yeah, right. Melvin put him in a mod. I don't know who. Looks like everybody's busy. I wonder why. Nah, Justin, I just had to heat my food up. This episode of Backseat Boys is brought to you by Sarku. And Justin all says, well, Trump donates some Patriot missile systems to Ukraine, sold out. I don't know what he's on about. Anyway. Anyways, we got shit to do here, so let's just go over this real quick. So, what's our history with Channel Awesome, the Nostalgia Critic, etc.? John, I'll let you start off.
So funnily enough, after I, discovered that all the fucking Collider people were shills and shit, and I started to fall out with them, it was right around right around Last Jedi time, basically. Whenever you're like, oh, everything's going to shit, and you're still acting like everything's perfect. And so it's a lot of mask off moments around then. So I actually just started looking at old YouTube shit, and funnily enough, I went on a fucking binge of Nostalgia Critic, and it's funny watching it like all in a row because I actually like a lot of his old episodes where he's willing to be nasty and he's just like casually making fun of shit. And then he starts to get into like, oh, I'm going to be serious now and I'm going to analyze everything and, be very fair to the film. I don't want to be mean to anybody. He started getting like really boring.
Stuckman-y, yeah.
It was like 2014, 2015 kind of time when he like retired the character and then he came back, but he said he was going to be nicer and stuff. And it was, yeah. So like the early seasons, I'll still watch some of those early, like the Halloween or Christmas episodes around that time of year. But I always stop like as soon as it gets to like 2011 or so. I'm just like, well, it's all shit from here. So that's my opinion on his content, basically.
Yeah. I'm similar to you, John, only instead of like me discovering him, I actually grew up with Doug Walker's reviews. I grew up with Nostalgia Critic, and yeah, I'm right about you, John. Like you were right when you said we're like, oh, he started off really nasty, and that's when he was at his peak, basically. So, moral of the story, you're at your peak when you're at your fucking nastiest, your most cutthroat, basically. That's the takeaway from our stories here.
Well, and it's just being honest too, because like he still complimented stuff like Animaniacs and stuff he would
Mm-hmm.
talk
Oh
about,
yeah.
or The Secret of Nim or
Oh
something.
yeah.
Where I discovered some good shit from him whenever he did like his top 10 Christmas specials and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then like he just stopped being honest. He started trying to spin everything and soften every fucking
Try to see the
criticism.
good in
Oh,
everything,
you
and
must be taking the Coy Jandro shit where he's like, every
coy.
movie's a miracle. It's really tough to make them, so I can't be too mean now.
Mm-hmm.
Same
Yeah.
thing with and you said Channel Awesome in general. So the only other one that I've really ever watched a decent amount of content from is the Cinema Snob, because he would cover some really obscure horror shit or
Mm-hmm.
like, some really nasty shit. Um and then the only thing that I knew Nostalgia Critic from like old school was whenever he would cross over with the Angry Video Game Nerd, because him I've always watched.
Yeah.
That wasn't Channel Awesome, but they would have crossovers with the Nostalgia Critic where like he drove to PA the one time to like do a fight scene in his house and everything. He
Yeah.
like went to a convention and was calling him out, and they like went out in the parking lot. There
Oh
was like crowds of
yeah.
people around them.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny, like early internet shit where they were actually willing to go do stuff, but it was all in fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched a few more of the fucking I watched a few more of the personalities on there, but then like over time I dropped out of them because a lot of them, like, like kind of like Doug, lost their balls pretty much. I really liked a lot of Lindsay Ellis's early shit, but then she lost her, non-existent balls.
The
Linkara
nostalgia chick.
Linkara lost his balls. Like Phalis didn't really lose his balls, and I actually held on to him the longest. But then, like after he married
He held on
Lupa,
to his balls.
yeah, he actually did. Like when he moved away, but then he married Lupa, and Lupa like got more involved in his channel. I stopped watching him because like it's like, why do you have to like? Doesn't your wife have her own channel? Like keep her over there, pretty much. Like I never cared for Lupa to
Yeah, it's
begin
called
with.
The Kitchen. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, Spoony lost his fucking mind. A lot of, like, I think one of them, I don't remember who, one of them came out as, like, fucking trans or some shit.
yeah,
Um, and, like, fucking, like, Todd, like, he went full libtard. So, yeah, like, all of them are, like, shells of their former selves. And it's just,
well, and then they made all their famous movies that were
yeah.
cringe as hell.
Oh, come on, man. Kikassia ain't that bad, and Suburban Nights has its charm.
Oh, they can have credit for like they were non-filmmakers trying to
Yes.
make films and
Right,
do a
yeah.
big YouTube crossover. So I guess it
Right.
was trailblazing in a way.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you have to give it flowers there. But yeah, now on to the fucking actual shit. Like, do we think fucking Channel Awesome ruined media literacy? Yes or no? John?
No, because I mean, honestly, it changed to just be what all the other things were that I think actually did ruin it, which was a bunch of insiders trying to blunt every criticism and
Mm-hmm.
trying to keep fucking access. Like honestly, once YouTube got too big, that's what really ruined it, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what Channel Awesome turned into. That's when their content started to change to be all nicey nice because they wanted to get interviews, and this is why now you see like 1,000 subscriber channels getting like an interview with some famous actor because they're just gonna kiss ass and ask softball questions. What was your favorite part of filming? And it's just like bore everybody out of their minds, but get all the access and not burn any bridges. So I would
Right.
say if Channel Awesome had stayed the way it was, old school, whenever they still had teeth, then they would have still been in a lot healthier space. They couldn't have ruined it because they ruined themselves by trying to change.
Yeah, I don't think Channel Awesome ruined media literacy. I like this is just like it's like here's the thing: they're just here to entertain and trash on obviously bad fucking movies. Who gives a damn if they don't look into the deeper shit and themes as Ant is one to? It's like, bro, you're basically what Ant is basically doing when he goes to watch their shit. And he's like, they ruined media literacy. He's basically expecting like fucking Gordon Ramsay level cooking from a McDonald's. Basically, it's fucking ridiculous. Oh,
Yeah,
but
certain movies and probably a lot of the early ones that, you know, Nostalgia Critic and them would cover, they don't require like a deep dive analysis. They can
Yeah.
just, you know, when you're trashing on Jingle all the way, you don't need to be like, let's examine the cinematography and the symbolism in this scene. It's
put
like,
the
no, it's
cookie
a fucking,
down.
it's a fucking retarded movie. Just like make fun of the kid actor. I'm sorry, I know that's mean,
Yeah.
but you know he won't see it. It's fine. And then, you know, just like different problems require different tools. Channel
Yeah.
Awesome is good for trashing on obviously bad movies or praising obviously good but maybe pretty simple movies. That's mostly what they did early on.
Yeah, we got Jacobs asking, what are we doing? And we're trashing on, as Jacob put him, Ant the Virgin. Hard Hat replies saying, hey guys, how you doing, you beautiful son of a bitch, Hard Hat? And we got Jacob saying, screw your holiday movie. Yeah.
Screw your freedoms.
yes.
You don't get a turbo man, you stay inside. That's what he tell his kid in the sequel.
No, I think they actually did make a jingle all the way too, though.
Oh shit, was it Larry the Cable Guy or
I
something?
think, I don't fucking know. Anyway, let's...
Oh wait, was it really? He
I
did
don't-
the fucking Tooth Fairy too.
Yeah, yeah, it's like, why the hell is Larry the Cable Guy doing everyone's sequels for them? But fuck.
Say get her done.
Gotta get, I'm here to get your sequel done for you. We got Hard Hat replies, I'm good, lol. How are you guys doing? We're about ready to answer the super important question of if Channel Awesome ruined media literacy. But all right, let's jump right into this, shall we, John?
Well, and as usual with Ant, we got to speed him up a little bit because he never makes full use of his time. This is a feature-length film as well.
It is. It really fucking is.
I could watch 13 Assassins in the time that I'm going to be watching Ant, and I'd much rather watch that one.
Doug Walker. Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. Do you have nostalgic memories for a critic steeped in nostalgia? Feel uncomfortable regarding the change the channel controversy?
How meta.
Or do you think
Not
of
really.
internet memes?
I don't give a shit about their
Jokes
controversies.
Made by Doug or made of Doug. Honestly, for
Hold on,
me
what are these
personally,
fucking
it's
memes,
kind of
John?
a
Go back 10 seconds. Okay.
Or do you
Okay,
think
pause. Okay,
An actor getting hurt replaying. Oh my god. The person who made this one doesn't know the difference between a movie and reality. Showing a person getting hit in a movie does not mean the person was actually hurt in real life.
Also, holding a gun or weapon, so what? Guns are cool, man. Like if you guys had a holy rubber band gun like me, you would fucking tout this shit around.
Okay, the skits that take too long or aren't funny, I can agree with, but I would like to point out that a lot of these are from the later years that we were discussing.
Yeah.
Where he started to make his skits super long, the copyright strikes started coming, so then they had to they couldn't show clips from the movies, and yeah. Reviews that are very recent, well, that's like not really good or bad. I mean, if they were funny, it would still be good. It just so happens that it's in the later period where he's not really saying anything of substance. Has 2 or 3 sponsorships in one video in the middle and promotes his dead Twitch channel. Okay. I mean, yeah, sponsors are kind of bad. You can pretty easily like skip ahead 30 seconds or whatever and skip them. Like, you heard us insult him at the beginning. We don't need to just make up shit though to like be petty about.
No.
Screams into the camera loudly. Well, when he's angry, yeah. Now he doesn't do that as much, and it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Skips important scenes of the movie sometimes. So he's supposed to show every scene of a movie in order to review it. No, this ain't every frame of pause, dude.
Yeah, and a peer poo joke. So again, so what? If it's funny, who cares?
Like,
all right, hang on,
And then
John. I
there's
got
more, I
the
think.
chat. Hard hair. Let's see here. See, Jacob says my answer is no. Hey, it's Jorge. Nostalgia Critic single-handedly ruined media literacy. Jacob says he probably hates Doug because he made the way for bigots to review movies. Oh, probably. Hail, Briscoe. How you doing, you beautiful son of a bitch? Hard Hat was saying, oh, this guy annoyed me. Ant, yes. Or does he mean Doug? I don't know. Justin clinking beers. Briscoe saying hail to everyone. Jorge saying hail to everyone. Hardhat saying I like Screen Rant more. Oh, sorry, Hardhat. Oh, he does me, Doug. Nah, I don't give a fuck about Screen Rant. Screen Rant's like
I only liked him for pitch meetings, and then he left. So
yeah. I'm my own master now. Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving
And
on.
in jokes, made by Doug or made
Pause.
up.
Okay.
Overpopulation exists. China. But wait, it gets worse. What do you mean? What do you mean it's not allowed by the Geneva Convention?
What?
That credit card. That was a funny one. He had to retire it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the side chick ain't even a chick. What?
What even is this?
I don't know. Hmm.
Oh my god, hang
Honestly-
on. Jacob, imagine Doug Walker on Friday Night Tight.
They'd be shitting on Superman, and he's just like, I don't know. I think it was probably. I see what he was going for. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that he was really trying to bring out that character, and maybe it didn't work all the time. They're just like, no, it fucking sucked.
No. Anyway.
For me personally, it's kind of a cocktail of all three. It's hard to really
kind of a
differentiate
cock.
the memes to
Ow.
the jokes from the hint of nostalgia from the pang of honest, actual controversy. If you grew up with Doug Walker's Nostalgia Critic, especially if you were some nerdy kid who quite enjoyed talking about movies a little too long and too much. The angry viewer era of YouTube is thankfully long gone.
Oh
It was
no! Oh no!
more
It's
misses
not
than
thankful.
Or has it just evolved? Because they used to be more his format with the sketches and stuff. Now we have the movie Cynic, EFAP, and
Yeah.
Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, all this sort of stuff, and they're way more popular than all these I feel like we went through a wave of like, let's be positive about everything whenever the MCU is like phase 1 and 2, and then like it slowly started evolving whenever all this shit started coming out, and all the people who were just positive started being exposed as fucking liars because they just kept supporting it even when everything started to turn
The
to shit.
Shields, yeah.
Like, that's strange. None of you guys are being honest with me. I don't seem to agree with you at all anymore. Now let's go find some other channel. And then it's like, oh, now we've got all these other ones.
Yeah, Jorge.
So,
yeah, Jorge. We went over that before you showed up. Doug was at his peak before pre-2012. Yeah. Anyway.
But when it did hit, it managed to strike something that honestly resonated
Knob.
with a lot of the internet. And while it might be weird going back now and saying, why was any of this ever popular? For a while, it did take up the critical landscape of YouTube. But at a certain point, people kind of stopped and went, hey, isn't it kind of weird that we're all getting this angry over a bat credit card? Why?
And it's a comedy skit. Like, we didn't actually watch the movie and start going, ah! Like, it's clearly a comedic character played up for effect.
Right.
This is like the people who take as his pronouns rant and are like, oh my gosh, he needs mental help. I can't believe he's getting so worked up about this. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, it's clearly played up a little bit. Come on.
Yeah.
We're getting so angry about all this, and that kind of led to a recession of sorts of the angry critic. In today's
Really?
media landscape, the angry critic of yesteryear has been replaced by the overly passionate grifter
Oh,
of
here
today.
we go. Hold on.
Found.
Who is in that again? Who is in that again? Go back
It was
to the
Robot
second.
Head.
Media landscape,
Jeremy,
the
I
angry
saw.
critic of yesteryear has been replaced by the overly passionate.
Oh my god.
Who's that, quartering?
That's quartering. Yeah, I don't even know why he's
Never
here since
watched
he's
his
not a
stuff, but-
reviewer. He doesn't make reviews. I don't know why quartering's here.
Yeah, we got Doomcuck,
Mm-hmm.
who, I fell for a little bit till Melvin exposed his ass,
Mm-hmm.
and then... Because I wasn't there whenever they had their falling out.
Yeah,
so I kind of missed that
we got,
whole...
we got the other Jeremy. It's like they have like, oh we got geeks. It's like
I don't know who this is.
I think that I don't know who that is. It looks like Mike Zero.
Oh, I didn't know he had his picture on the internet. I thought he was just the anonymous guy that narrated fucking clickbait.
No, Mike Zero's showed his face. It's like
Kathleen
anyway.
Kennedy, God!
Yeah.
I've actually never watched him or him, so, and I watched Doomcock for a very limited
I don't
amount
even
of
know
time.
who We Got This Covered is.
Wait, I thought We Got This Covered was like a fucking website that always posted trash articles
I have no
about,
idea.
like,
I have no idea.
rumors
I have
and
no
shit.
idea who they are.
Grift.
Hang on, we got Jorge
Robot
saying,
head. Oh, yeah.
yeah, we got Jorge saying, Nostalgia Critic ranting about a back credit card was classic indeed. Jacob saying, what ruined media literacy was paid chills. I'd say it was mainly motherfuckers like ants being too up their own ass.
Yeah, I mean, it just ended up turning into the boring shit like ants, where they're like way too, yeah, exactly.
Ooh, Knights of Undercover is live in 30 minutes. Go check him out in a bit, guys. We got Justin saying, alright, Melvin will be live next 18 minutes, time to bring it up. Let's see his reaction. Ooh, boy, okay, Justin. I'm gonna have to watch that on the rerun. Jorge saying, yeah, I was right, that is Mike Zero in the lower left. Anyway, moving on.
Of today. But this video isn't really about the grifters.
Thank God.
As things
You're
went
talking
on,
entirely too
Doug
much
Walker
about them.
kind of remained the same. While other critics advanced and changed and evolved, Doug became a constant, like a reminder of an era long since past, and hasn't been doing too terribly considering he's been around for nearly 20 years. Doug Walker's Nostalgia Critic videos tend to average in the modern era decently well, though not nearly as great as he used to be. In 2024, his Nostalgia Critic videos averaged between 50,000 to 250,000 views, with some outliers being his review of Aladdin and Wish. This is opposed to his most popular video on his channel currently, which is his review of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, which ranks in at 5.6.
That's an odd one.
Followed closely by his...
I can understand the that's a classic one. And I watch it, you know, a lot of times around Halloween and shit.
Yeah.
A couple of these are a little bit later, but
It, which is 4.9, Cat in the Hat, 4.6.
Angry Joe and him collabed on the Superman,
all of which
Batman v
9 to
Man.
8 years ago. In fact, most of his top reviews are from 8 to 9 years ago.
Yes, we
this
know
because
he's past his
Doug
prime.
re-uploaded most of his videos from Blip TV to his new Channel Awesome YouTube channel about 9 years ago. So even then, most of these reviews are far older than they appear on YouTube. Channel Awesome, formerly ThatGuyWithTheGlasses.com, helped bring several online critics to the forefront of the internet's attention, providing a place where people could post their reviews safely.
And not all of them were really popular.
Extremely restrictive copyright policies. It became a place where people could become popular. What made Channel Awesome so unique was
Okay, why is he putting his fucking avatar creepily peeking over the screen as he's...
I don't know.
Dude.
Ant, pick one. Are you gonna be on camera yourself, or are you gonna have your dinky ass little avatar? Pick a lane and stick in it.
Like, I get you got an hour and a half to fill, but, like, you can just have, like, a picture of something on the screen that's, like, just from the movies or something.
All the critics and people on the site on the front page.
Look, he's even got to stick it in there.
Critics listed, all of them
and queeping
not
on
hidden
you
behind an algorithm, but placed front and center.
He's like,
and
Kilroy
yes,
was
Doug
here.
Walker's face was on top of everything. You could still access different reviewers and discover new creatives who you wouldn't normally know about. Being accepted to the site was seen as a badge of honor at the time. Granted, knowing how the site functioned and its company politics have really colored
Nobody
our viewpoints of this website. But
Not me.
Not
Channel
really.
Awesome's website is down, which means that Guru Larry has finally lost the stay on Channel Awesome as long as possible challenge. We're very sorry,
No one
Guru
cares
Larry,
about
if you
Guru
happen to be
Larry.
watching. But what happened was, long before Channel Awesome the website died down, almost all of the critics on the site left the website.
Yeah, it's because they weren't popular.
Linkara to all the other critics on the website
Because they were
popular.
fucking
I didn't even
salty,
know
they
this.
weren't
Dominic
getting
Noble,
views.
who has become very successful.
And they were all pretty much, like, they were all way less popular than Nostalgia
less,
Critic
yeah.
anyway. So they were all just kind of orbiting, trying to kind of leech a little bit off. He would advertise and do crossovers with them and stuff. And it would be for a bunch of people I'd never heard of, you know. There was a shit ton of those reviewers on there.
Right.
I'd say they overexpanded, and then, yeah, a lot of them left because they couldn't get the support that they needed to sustain themselves.
Yeah.
YouTube. His earliest videos were on Channel Awesome. So briefly, in
How
fact,
the fuck
that
did you
most
not
people
know
don't
that if
even
you liked
recall
it so
happened.
much, dumbass?
But he was there. But they all left following the Change the Channel controversy. And after leaving Channel Awesome, many critics went on to have a very successful career. Look at Lindsay Ellis. Lindsay Ellis
No one
has
gives a fuck about
defined
the
herself in the
tone.
modern era as
And Lindsay Ellis is a clown show. Come on.
one of the
Yeah.
chief heads of quote-unquote BreadTube, whatever that means. She's
Dude,
basically
we know
the
what the
face of
fuck
Nebula.
BreadTube is. They're
She's written
socialists.
books. She's
Also, no one gives a
It's
shit about her books.
Yeah,
worked
really.
with PBS. She's had a career, and others still who used to work
What
on
the
Channel
fuck
Awesome,
you
such
do?
as say,
No one
Mars
watches
Girl,
PBS.
have started working in the industries they once criticized.
Mars Girl's
Oh.
a fucking bitch.
They went and worked in movies. Good for them. Yes, Jacob, except they were far less popular than even the Hassan ones. The Hassan ones were smart enough. At least Dennis was like, well, I gotta get my tits out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, nobody's gonna watch
Doug
me.
Walker was the original Hassan Piker, yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not gonna look. Doug is a lot. If the best thing we can say is that Doug's a bad movie critic, then he's still a lot better than a dude who's like getting people killed and shit.
Yeah, Jacob says, and it was the people who said we should be nice to movie because they have feelings. Yeah. Jorge says, I remember there was a few scandals with Channel Awesome over the years. Yeah, well, no one cares anymore. Anyway.
Dude, I love how he presented that, where he's just like, he's remained the same. He's trying to draw. That's totally false. He literally killed his character, came back, and said that he was going to be nicer at a certain point. And it was a pretty clear cutoff. And he was already kind of doing it before then, but that was like the hard line. Like, now I'm going to just be a generic nice critic.
Yeah. We got Jacob saying 100% Lindsay Ellis blew Hassan. Briscoe.
I'm not sure who I feel more sorry for.
Briscoe, did this snapper head just bring up Lindsay Ellis? Yes, he did. Never heard that.
Cal Ellis.
Yeah.
Here's Ant whenever he saw Lindsay Ellis.
Oh,
he was like,
that's going
Look
on.
her up.
That's going on the thumbnail. Hold up, let me get that shit. What the fuck is Ant wearing in this video too? Anyway,
he's trying to wear a suit, but he does a shitty job with the tie. He doesn't know how to tie a Windsor knot, and he doesn't know that you're supposed to button the fucking top button and have it cinched up there.
Fuck.
So it's just a sloppy guy.
Looks like I don't know. Kind of looks like Pee Wee Herman or some shit like this. You know what I'm saying?
Started in one place, became really successful, and then moved on, in some cases, to bigger and better things.
Also, Ant, you can get a mic stand. You don't always have to be holding it for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Fucking hell, get a lapel mic at least.
It's the biggest betrayal ever, you know?
Poor Spoony bringing him up.
It ruins everything.
Betrayal!
I mean, it could have been worse, though, right? I mean, Channel Awesome wasn't normal boots after all.
What the fuck is normal boots?
Oh, I remember normal boots. I don't know why he hates normal boots so much.
Undeniably, as a teenager, these critics did shape my perspectives in many ways, as well as my analytical skills. They did push me to engage with media, to examine it, to criticize it. But you go to college, get your master's degree, you make a career out of media criticism, of journalism, of reporting.
Well, you still can't talk. You keep stuttering over your sentences and changing them.
The inspiration that pushed you in that direction, don't you? I have been online.
What the hell was that cut? Like, cut?
I got that eye down perfectly. I gotta keep that. I can't do a retake of that.
Online with multiple former critics of Channel Awesome, which I should disclose as a kind of a
disclaimer. Oh yeah,
he
did. I know recently.
I owe a lot of respect.
I know Ann recently did some stupid ass like fundraiser with Linkara. So yeah, this totally isn't a biased fucking hit piece against Doug Walker at all. No.
Oh god.
To that dude with the Suede, for example, he gave a lot of advice
Suede's
and feedback to me when I was first starting on YouTube. That was
Suede, hang on, John.
That's my first video.
Suede is basically like one of them motherfuckers who make their like one part of their identity their whole identity, but with him it's like it's his autism.
Kind of like that guy who was exposed recently, Pirate Software. I don't know if you've heard about this.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I never even mentioned that I worked at Blizzard. And then somebody put together a compilation of all the times that he said it. And it's like the main thing that you try to advertise yourself on. It's like, I was the first second generation Blizzard. I'm a Blizzard.
Jacob, hang on, we got Jorge asking, what became of Spoony? Spoony absolutely crashed and burned. Oh my god, it's not even
mental problems,
total
right?
mental,
he had to leave.
Total mental breakdown. He fought with like the tranny. He basically he stopped uploading altogether. And he is, I hope he's doing well, but god damn, it's like he could have been so much, but he absolutely burnt himself out. We got Jorge, the Lindsay hot dog meme, indeed. Briscoe saying, Herman, yeah. Jacob saying Doug Walker should do a collab with Hassan. no, Jacob, no. Perish the thought.
That's bad. I don't know if you've seen this, but I forget what the anime podcast is that Hassan appeared on recently, and they got like a gajillion dislikes. They had him on like 2 years before, and everybody was fine with it. And then like now that everybody hates the guy because he's like a terrorist supporter and everything, their latest episode got like a shit ton of comments and just like, what the fuck are you doing? You can't have a show with him.
I really want to
like majorly ratioed.
Yeah, I really want to know what Ant's opinions on Hassan Piker are. Hang on, I want to fucking ask him this shit live. Hang on. I'm going.
Well, you know, he won't give an outright answer. He'll just be like, "I bet you'd like to know my opinion."
Yeah, hang on. Where the hell is Ant? Hey, I'm on Twitter right now. For those who can't see. Hey, Gramuglia.
Just don't tag me in anything, because his fucking fans have no lives and just will obsessively comment at you for days.
Don't worry. Hang on. I'll comment on this. Ant, what is your opinion on Hassan Piker? Just curious. There we go. Alright. That was that. Alright, let's see how he responds.
He'll be too afraid to fully endorse because he's probably afraid that he'll get arrested soon or something, and he'll be connected to him. So he'll just be like, well, he's a lot more honest and critical Dwinka. He's a grifter.
Yeah.
Go back and watch it. That dude with the suede does, in fact, read some of the quotes on there as a favor. And I will repay that favor if he ever asks me to. When I was still working my sucking the cock, this girl offered to do an interview with him, and I was able to, you know, put that into an article, and that was really my first chance at kind of pushing beyond what CDR offered and going into more actual analytical, engaging media. And it was not public.
Like, that's right. I forgot he was a CBR writer.
He basically was like, oh man, I fucking hate all these people I'm working with. I want to branch out and do my own thing right here. Oh my
Nobody
God.
reads my CBR shit, even though we post it on Twitter with a fucking gold account 5 million times a day.
Yeah.
CBR and what is it, Variety. I was trying to. Somebody posted a screenshot of a Variety article, and I was trying to go onto it to like comment. So I, go on Variety's account, and I'm like, holy shit, they post so fucking much, and they get like 50 likes or something, even though they're a gold check and have all this fucking read. They're like a traditional media company, and they can't get anything.
Briscoe, the Channel Awesome crew and associates are a bunch of fucking mental patients, and that's why we like them.
Yeah.
Jacob, he probably won't answer because he might lose the war against Ethan Klein, yeah.
Oh god, Ethan Klein will sue him too. Then it'll be, he'll be like, you know what? Normally I go after these anti-Semites, but for you, Ant, I'll make an exception.
Yeah.
And I know a few more critics of Channel Awesome have seen some of my videos, so there's a non-zero chance they may see me talking shit, and I'm sorry in advance. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
That's not a backhanded apology. I don't know what is.
We're on Channel Awesome. We're at one.
So now any criticism, he'll just say, you were just nostalgic for nostalgia critics.
I've been working with criticism for a while. I want to go back now and take a look at the original critics who inspired me when they were roughly my age, when they were first starting out. I want to see how they were when they began, where they went, what progress they made. Or maybe
Jesus, man, a lot of them started in super early YouTube whenever the video quality was all like that YouTube poop we just watched.
Yeah.
You can't really judge them. Like, you started once everything was already established and you saw a formula of 1 million successful critics.
Yeah.
And they were like fucking, at least most of them were trailblazing in some way, even if they, some of the stuff is cringe or whatever. It's like, hey, if you did YouTube in like 2007, 2008 or whatever, you were still like on the cutting edge, basically trying to get shit like, basically a format made.
Mm-hmm.
Experiences, or perhaps their mistakes, to see if the earliest things I remember, the things that made me fans of them in the first place, still stand the test of time. And I kind of went in thinking one thing, and I kind of left thinking the same thing. I didn't really get my views challenged that much, because what I saw kind of proved what I suspected. But I did not travel on this alone. I wanted to get more perspective on this than anything else. So
I got one of my orbiters that always agrees with me.
Oh god, it's
watching a bunch of the earliest reviews of a few select Channel Awesome critics.
So I was following Channel Awesome as a young adult, not a teenager.
This bitch is also a racist, by the way. Like literally, she
Discovered
called
Doug Walker.
Obama a nigger. Like no cap.
Whoa!
Literally,
shit.
she did. Yeah.
From his fake beef with the angry video game nerd, and this was before they did the final video that culminated in them fighting in James's basement. So I was there from like the super beginning. I was there when it was still called That Guy with the Glasses.
That's not the
You know?
super beginning.
I was there for
That's
Link-
Yeah,
like,
what the
they're-
fuck? That they were both already pretty established at that point. That's why it was hyped to get them fighting each other.
Yeah.
I heard Linkara's audition. I followed Spoony before he was even on Channel Awesome, so I was all up in that stuff way back there in the
Yeah,
day.
I'm sure you were.
I started watching
This is a
YouTube,
troon, by the way.
basically.
A lot of these people, and Ant does this too, do this random laughing at shit that's not funny. Like, not even intended to be funny. Like, he just did it with his, I'm sorry if I insult you. And then that person just did it where they're like, I was there from the beginning.
I think
Like,
it's
that's
a
not
nerve.
even
I think it's a nervous tick of theirs.
I guess.
As soon as it was live, I was kind of like always on. I don't want not to brag.
Oh
but I was
shit,
kind of
guys!
always on the
Melvin's
cutting edge
asking for
of
Shill
online
Slayer
media,
promotions. Promote the Backseater. Anyways.
based on because of my interests in the direction of my career. I also jumped on to That Guy with Glasses stuff pretty early, along with other critics like the Angry Video Game Nerd. I would say that it was something that I really looked forward to watching when I was younger, and it was a guilty pleasure as I got older, even when I started to kind of see problems with it. I started watching
gosh.
TV and being
It's
more
really
choosy over what
problematic.
shows I watched, and then the channel came out, and I was like, you know what?
feelings.
Maybe I'm done.
Now, before we dive too in,
So the funny thing is, back in the day, whenever they were, quote unquote mean, they would get interviews with the people that made the shit.
Yeah.
And most of the people who made it would just agree and be like, oh yeah, like I remember Angry Video Game Nerd even fairly recently. He got like the one of the early Jurassic Park games that was in like 3D, but it was glitchy as all fuck. And he was just like, why was it so bad? And he's like, oh yeah, we only had like a weekend to program that. Like, and he's like, oh, did you have any time to like play test this? He's like, no, we just had to ship it out like within a week or something. It was a complete mess. Like, they'll laugh about it. You don't need to. The only people who take that sort of criticism of something that's clearly shitty and everybody agrees that it's shitty, if they get all bent out of shape over it, it's because they take themselves too seriously and they're too up their own fucking ass. It's like, just learn to laugh at your work. A lot of times it's not even your fucking fault, but you can still laugh at
Like
the product.
like Norman
Like-
Boutin. Yeah.
Like, fucking Tommy Wiseau tours around the room. He doesn't go like, no, you must take it seriously.
Yeah. Oh my god.
the
Hang
topic,
on.
I do want to briefly.
I'm gonna chat here. Jacob asks, you think Ant is mad at the fact that Zelda's played by a real woman? Probably. Jacob, Hassan Orbiter, Casey Hot Boxtron, Demons the Turkish Meat Lover, and Frogan the Hunt. I don't know.
There's a
who
lot better one for Frogan. Frogan's this fat chick who wears a hijab, so we call her Hijabba the Hutt.
That's a better name than Frogan. What the hell? I mean, come on. Ant orbiters are probably hentai enjoyers based on their artwork, on their soy ass artwork. Yeah. Jorge, who are these goobers? Ant's fucking gay ass lovers. Jorge.
The Gilroy Goobers.
Yeah, Jorge, imagine thinking Nostalgia Critic was problematic. Yeah, I know. Doug is really, really tame in all his early videos. Like, not even funny. It's like,
I think the only reason that they don't think like Angry Video Game Nerd is as quote unquote toxic, because he still shits on stuff even whenever he does make a video now. He usually is going after older stuff, and then like people don't see the faces of like game developers and stuff as much. They're not trying to connect or network with them, so they don't really seem to care about insulting them. He's like, oh, I'm gonna insult these 30-year-old games. They never like go, oh gosh, Angry Video Game Nerd, you're so it's so hard to make a game. How can you say that? It's just, like, for some reason they don't care. There's like a double standard there.
yeah.
All right.
Hold
Had the plan
on,
to
we got
change
one
the
more
channel.
question. Who would win in a soy-off, Ant or Greg from the Real Rejects? John, what do you think?
Oh, I'll take Greg.
Great. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's gotten some tips from Coy, who he actually works out from what I can tell. So, maybe he'll
Yeah.
be like, hey,
Coy-
punch him in the mouth.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, next.
And he's probably worked his glute muscles from fucking that Grogu doll so many times.
Yeah.
Controversy, and how that document really did alter the entire conversation surrounding Channel Awesome. Undeniably, every critic who was treated poorly by the law.
Dude, nobody gives a shit about this document. Is this going to be like the whole focus of your video?
And
Probably.
quite frankly,
it's like, if that's the case,
conditions of the company
retitle your
there's
video.
no other word.
Ant, has
Yeah,
a,
really,
Ant,
to describe it.
Ant every now and then puts out a video that's just blatantly false advertising.
Pretty much all the ones that I've watched have been that. Like, the one that was like, are the critics wrong about Ironheart? And he spent 45 minutes of his 52-minute video just recapping Ironheart comics.
Yeah. Oh, Melvin's live, everybody. Go send Melvin a like and say hi from the backseat. And I really like Melvin's, like, thumbnail for this stream. It's Tony Gilroy holding Sexplained. Hey, it's Smorgan. How you doing, you beautiful son of a bitch? Hey, big baby and homo. Know you're jerking and lurking. Yeah. Briscoe says Greg wears yoga pants. Jacob, if Greg touches Roxy's nipples, he'd probably be like, this is the best day of my life. Yeah.
Well, how do you think he gets on their channel? He's like, Roxy, nobody gives a shit what you're saying. You better get down there.
Yeah.
It is horrendous. They are better videos that can dive into the intricacies of that situation that already exist online. And
nobody gives a shit.
Smarter, far more concise, far more
especially since the
historically
controversy's
interesting
long over by
videos
now.
about that topic. This video is not about changing the channel. It is about examining the critical and humor styles of these critics when they first started compared to when they were much later on, to see their growth as critics. If you want a history lesson, they are better videos than that video.
And besides, I thought he just said that he stayed the same.
Yeah. No, he's
With
looking
that
at
out of
how
the way,
all the other
let's
ones
just get into
evolved.
it. Let's just dive right.
Yeah, I know what he's doing. He's basically like, hey, look at how all these guys improved their fucking reviewing style. Doug, meanwhile, just stayed the same. Yeah, and you ever heard the problem, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? How about that? Anyway.
And he probably still has more than all of them.
Yeah.
Actually, no, let's not dive in, because there's one bit of forbidden knowledge I uncovered while researching for this video that I have to share. There's no place for it anywhere in the video. I just have to express this because
okay, do it.
I just need to.
Get out,
So
motherfucker!
demo reel, the thing that nobody saw.
Here we go.
There is a sketch in demo reel where it's heavily implied that Doug Walker's character, at a convention, takes to his bed Aaron Hansen of Game Grumps.
Okay, so...
Donnie, hey! You all set to hang out today?
Not exactly.
Donnie, this guy.
We're talking about anime. They hang out talking about Pokemon. What was it? Pokemon?
What does this have to do with anything?
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Looks like you guys had a lot of fun drinking last night.
I don't drink.
Does this mean that Doug Walker is an unofficial member of the D Club?
We had a club.
Okay.
Called the
What?
D Club.
Okay. Let's talk about Lindsay Ellis first.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't even know what he's referencing at this point.
No, man. I watched a lot of. I stopped watching Game Grumps when JonTron left. I'm not gonna lie. Jacob says Roxy probably whips Craig. Yeah, probably.
He probably asked for it.
All right, here we go. This bitch.
We love you, Lindsay.
We don't.
Please don't hate us.
I remember because the dude's skeleton.
Yeah, Lindsay Ellis is a fantastic critic. Always has been a fantastic critic. And remains a fantastic.
All right.
She's still
Was.
gargling her balls.
Onto Nebula. She's flourished after Channel Awesome. She's the only critic here who undeniably hasn't seen a significant drop-off in terms of views, in terms of attention, due to her incredible ability to reinvent herself.
Holy shit.
Yeah, really.
Ant's wife, you better watch out. I think
Yeah.
he wants to just bang Lindsay Ellis and leave you.
Well, not
so
really.
fantastic.
Well, yeah, I don't know, John. Lindsay Ellis wasn't that much of a muscle mommy to me. I don't know, man. We all know She-Hulk and Karlak are Ant's true waifus.
He'll be like, only if you chop off your tits and start working out, Lindsay, then I'll get with you.
Yeah, I'll get jiggy with you.
Changing the core appeals of what she offered. let's be quite blunt. Of all the critics of Channel Awesome, she was the best reviewer by a mile.
Really?
Her style, her analysis, her perspectives. She was always
okay
with limitations.
Is there like a chapter marker for the Lindsay Ellis Oh, there is a chapter marker, but we'll see.
By the Nostalgia Critic. As a female counterpart to the Nostalgia Critic, she was always trying to do something interesting with that structure, and always ran up against the walls and limitations of that.
Oh, it wasn't her fault.
Her Pocahontas video. I know she hates it, but I like it.
It's the classic hero's journey. None of her struggles were her fault.
Yeah.
She just needed to discover that all the men were holding her back.
Ant wants to motorboat Lindsay Ellis. Yeah. Briscoe. Wow, this.
God, can you imagine that with that schnoz?
What? Like she's like, ooh, Ant, I really like the feel of your Squidward nose. Yeah. Briscoe, wow, this simp really wants to smoke Lindsay's schlong.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
He wants to make her look like she looks on that thumbnail right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Briscoe, Lindsay's a fucking loser. Yeah, she is, man. No one gives a shit about anything she does anymore. I'm not even joking.
What was her controversy? Didn't she like have something where I forget? She was like, oh no, I think it was just that she'd had a bunch of abortions or something. Now that I remember.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's a re-upload with 77 views on it. Let's take a look.
All right, I will be the
Please, Lindsay, we all love you. Don't copyright strike.
Now, first off, Lindsay, please. We really
we love
think
and
you're great.
respect you, Lindsay.
We love you, Lindsay. Please don't hate
Oh,
us.
great. She's
She constantly goes. Yeah, she constantly goes after the fucking nostalgia chick uploads. She privatized all the videos and then said how embarrassed she was with them. Meanwhile, there's a very funny, and maybe we'll check this out, but behind the scenes of whenever Nostalgia Critic and Chick did a crossover, and she's laughing, they're fucking abusing each other in the video. Like there was a skit where like they're beating each other up.
Yeah,
during the video,
I remember that skit.
and
Yeah.
she's laughing her ass off in the behind the scenes, and she's like, "Oh, maybe if you slam my head on the table a few more times," like it's her idea half the time to do this shit. And it's just like, oh, but then later on she'll say how miserable she was, even though she's fucking cracking up during that video.
Yeah. Hang on, Jacob. Imagine if Ant ever got the chance to touch Zia Anderson or Snarky J.
Snarky J walks in and Ant's like, "No shit, oh, I still have my pants on, crap."
He's like rubbing his hair and he's like, "Whoa, Nelly." Jacob.
She's like, "Shut up, you little bitch, get out of here."
So Lindsay loves being covered in the white stuff. Yeah.
I had to watch a couple of her older videos that we could find. A lot of them are no longer on the internet, I think because Lindsay's embarrassed by them, and quite frankly,
she's
I
abusing
get
the
why,
system.
but I also don't get why. I understand you want to separate yourself from this controversy, from this really
nobody gives a shit about the controversy. She
but-
took down her videos way before the fucking controversy. That was in like 2020 or 2021 or some shit. Like that was way later. She didn't. She's fucking snooty critic. She doesn't want the footage of her having fun out there whenever she was young.
Even
Because
then,
how
she
dare
demonstrates great
people
skill
have
as a
fun?
critic.
Yeah.
She's too mean. It'll burn all the bridges. It's just like Chris Stuckman, where he was like, "I'm not gonna insult things anymore because I don't want to burn any bridges."
And yet, she has some of the videos we uploaded on her channel, but most are kind of hard to find. But we did find a couple. We found especially the Pocahontas video, which is her first review. I think it was the one that she used to get on Channel Awesome. And if you compare that video to her eventual Pocahontas video, which she did make down the road, you can see the skeleton of what would become her much bigger video essay. But at the same time, it's just done in a much shorter, more concise manner. It's very snappy. It does lack a little perspective, insight that she had, context later on, the ability to bring in interviews.
Can you please upload a shorter, snappier video one of these days?
Yeah.
Structures.
She came right out the gate better than most people on the site.
Yeah, by a mile. Really good.
Why are you not
that's
playing
what drew me into
footage from
her
the
work.
stream? Why is it just your icons?
I don't know. Because these two don't want to be seen because they're fucking as butt ugly as him, and not as, but
Yeah.
you know, they're more aware of themselves being that.
Briscoe saying she got, hang on, Briscoe knows, Lindsay Ellis got preggers just to get an abortion. She also has that video with a bunch of hot dog wieners getting thrown in her face. Probably her best work, yeah. Jacob, Chris Cuckman, yeah. Briscoe, most of her videos are hard to find, just like this guy's dick.
Briscoe with the savagery.
Damn, Briscoe on a roll tonight, yeah.
He was so just clearly more intelligent and informed and had better sense of timing and humor and just everything.
Yeah, okay, more blazing, yep.
Both Lindsay and Linkara, who we'll get to later, they are two of the only people in the early days of Channel Awesome who offered Doylistic analysis. Now, Watsonian and Doylistic analysis, which is a reference to...
We know what it is!
It's basically the dichotomy between the two ways you can analyze a text. How the story functions within the confines of the story, that's Watsonian.
No, it's not how you analyze
a
text, it's how you justify shit happening in a story, alright? So, like...
That's Doylist.
So, like,
let's
John,
say...
okay, so here's an example, John. Like, let's say I have, like, let's say I write a story and I have a character die, right? The Watsonian reason would be, someone killed this character, right? Simple as that. That's why the character died. Someone else killed him, right? The Doylist reason could be, I just got bored of writing them and wanted to take them out of the story. Like, that's the Doylist reason, right? That's an example.
So James Gunn writes his movies in a Doylist way, because it's always his own fucking life that's feeding him.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about it in relation to criticism, but yeah, that's...
So no, it's not how you criticize something. It's how you justify certain things happening in a plot.
Whether IRL affects it or not.
Jacob, Ant would probably smile when he sees his wife with a different man. Probably, yeah.
Good job, honey. Is there anything you need? You need some water?
Yeah. What do you think Ant's wife's boyfriend's name is?
Hassan.
Probably.
True story, right? Why does a piece of evidence show up in a scene? Well, Watsonian explanations would be, well, the killer may have dropped this, leaving the scene, or maybe he stuffed his boot on something, and that evidence led right at the time. Maybe he was frantic and didn't notice he dropped something.
He also showed the definition.
The perspective is, we had to give the detective something to find to solve the mystery. It was too difficult otherwise. Here's a clue to lead them along the way, maybe tease the reader into figuring out what's going on.
Yeah.
They're looking at shoes, maybe they're reading the old text to go, oh, hey.
Yeah, way too many directors think of Doylist rather than just Watsonian.
Perspectives, even back then. Though I would say she's gotten much better at it since developing as a critic. I want to bring this up because Lindsay Ellis is going to be what we measure everyone else in this video.
Oh, Jesus.
Really? Lindsay's the standard?
You can see the same general techniques in your early video, but they're amped up to a new level later on. She gets better and better and better, and as she sheds the structure of the critic, she does not shed the qualities that made her interesting to begin with. And that is very
She literally retired the chick persona, jackass.
Yeah, I think we all know her fucking videos aren't the same. That's why nobody gives a shit and they're boring as fuck like yours.
Yeah.
B, that she continued to grow. Anyway, let's watch Linkara's beginning.
Oh, here's Linkara.
It's always weird seeing them this young.
This guy is a total...
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Oh my god,
child. This recap.
Linkara's such a fat ass now, it's not even funny.
Oh my god, and he gets all pissed off. I remember seeing a clip
you bring up the Lightbringer comic, yeah.
Well, also, what was it? Oh yeah, the one gaming channel like made a parody of it, and they ended up animating it about
One he plays.
Yeah, and somebody brought it up to him like whenever he was doing some gaming stream. He's like, I hate those guys. He's like, kick this guy off the stream.
Oh my god, I'm so happy I got out of his fan base just in time, man. I swear to God.
It's a fucking sketch, and he got so mad about it. It's like a fucking random sketch too, where just Trump randomly gets mad at him and has him thrown out of a rally or some shit.
Yeah. Also, it's making fun of a comic like you yourself hate. What's the matter? Jesus. Hang on, we got Jacob saying, I bet Ant goes on the hub and pays for extra premium. Jacob, this guy wants Lindsay to sit on his face. Yeah.
Oh my god, the Lindsay glaze. And they're gonna be doing it the whole video he just revealed.
Yeah.
We wanted to experiment around with the different formats.
Also, I love how, for being the gold standard, let's see, that was about 11:30 to 15, 30, 45, whatever.
Yeah.
So he did like 4 minutes on the one that's supposed to be the most in-depth praise and everything.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're kind of focusing on the negative here, Ant. I don't know. He just said the most generic shit. He's just like really insightful. Really he didn't do any like compare and contrast.
She's so
He didn't-
amazing. It's like
Yeah,
examples of what, bruh? Like play a clip of her video. I doubt she's gonna claim you. It's like just
he mentioned like the Pocahontas one, but he was just like, you could have shown a clip from the Pocahontas review and then shown that same idea expressed in her later. I'm giving you free advice right now, Ant.
Yeah.
You could have shown her later video and how she goes more in depth about that, because you talked about that very briefly, but you didn't fucking show any examples of it or go into any sort of depth or even just repeat any of her points if you think she's going to copyright strike. You'd be like, she said this about Pocahontas, and then later on she elaborated more and said this.
If there's one thing we can count on Ant to do is to say he's improved, but actually not improve. We got Briscoe. Yeah, we got Briscoe, Tyrone, Terrence, Bubba, Chad, all high probabilities names for his wife's boyfriend. Maybe they're all his wife's boyfriends. Who knows? Yeah.
Three cats.
Oh God, I just realized he looks like me in this.
He doesn't look a thing like you.
You both have glasses.
I don't think I'll be.
It's like you're both like cool. You're both soy boy white guys. So what?
You're kind of fatter, Ant. Oh Jesus.
Anthony, don't do it!
Linkara is arguably one of the most noteworthy
Don't
names.
do it, Anthony. You look like a redditor.
Having been there seemingly since everything began. I mean, I know he wasn't. He had written reviews first, but that was what he was known for a while. Although now I know for a fact he wants to distance himself away from that, and for that I also apologize to Linkara, as with every critic of the video, for dragging him into this conversation.
Dude, of course they're gonna get dragged in this conversation. They're more affiliates of the website. You don't have to apologize for that shit.
Also, even if their later stuff is like more successful, which he just said nobody's is except for maybe Lindsay's.
Yeah.
Like, this is still how you got your start, and you can't be too embarrassed about it because it's literally the whole reason that you do what you do today.
Right.
So maybe like even if it pisses you off, watch it. Like, you don't have to watch your old shit, but like let other people watch it if they enjoy it. Lindsay's a fucking bitch who like goes, I can't have anybody seeing this. Oh.
Yeah, there was this one. Yeah, John, I really iterate on that point. There was this one fucking fan fiction I really liked as a young kid growing up, and it was I shit you not, it was a fucking crossover fan fiction of Yu-Gi-Oh and Total Drama, and it was like really good. Yeah, it was like the best written fan fiction I had read at the time, and still like one of my favorites. I can't read it anymore because the bitch who wrote it, she basically got big, mad, and embarrassed over the damn thing. So now it and its sequel didn't get completed. It's basically gone now. It's like, great, way to fucking like think of all the people who like it. She was even like considering like re-uploading it anyway, but then she's like, nah, I don't like it. And it's all because like she doesn't like Total Drama as much anymore. It's like, bitch, who fucking cares? Like, just upload it for like assholes like me who still like it. It's bullshit.
Yeah, really.
So, moral of the story, even if you hate it, leave it up for people who like it. Anyway.
You can put a little message under it, even if you want to re-upload it. Be like, I'm very embarrassed by this, but I'm purely putting it up out of fan request.
Yeah, Kramer. Anyway.
Internet. He's been here since 16, 17 years on. He's been here for a while, and his Atop the Fourth Wall series has not really deviated in terms of focus, in terms of general structure, though it has developed, which we'll get to. We'll get to that. But Linkara has other projects, other really interesting projects. I think his
this series is ass. Hold on.
He goes into so much depth.
That fucking series has spawned so many fake-ass Power Rangers fans, I swear to God. If you got into Power Rangers because of that fucking series, you're not a Power Rangers fan, you're a Hoper fan. Oh my God.
By the way, one of the people who I first suggested to, I was one of the first ones to suggest him to Grizzly because I actually used to be in a chat with these guys, was the Montyverse. And they do like fucking episode reviews for Power Rangers all the fucking time. It was probably started like post-pandemic or something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anyway,
shit
we got
Terry
hey,
level.
what's up? AA, all y'all beautiful, sexy sons of bitches. Oh, John, we're not just beautiful sons of bitches now. We've elevated to beautiful, sexy sons of bitches. Anyway, AA, what series he got into Power Rangers? I think Linkara was like, he was like of the original, he was one of the OGs. He's one of the Mighty Morphin Cats. But, yeah. I got into Power Rangers with SPD, and I worked my way backwards then forwards. I stuck with it through thick and fucking thin. Yes, Briscoe, hail AA. Anyway, moving on.
I pretty much fell off right whenever I think you're kind of supposed to as far as the age goes, because it was probably like 98, 99. I was born 92, and yeah, I kept watching through like the space one, I remember.
In space, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
about
peak
the Power
of
Rangers
franchise.
throughout the decades. And
I had the action figures for that one. That's why I remember which one I stopped, because I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was the last action figures that I got.
Yeah.
The fucking Zords.
I will say, even though I still remember my first Ranger figure, it was Korag, the purple guy from Mystic Force. I just really liked his design, and it's like it's like still influenced like how I design my villains and whatnot. It's like I didn't like the rest of Mystic Force, but goddamn, that costume was peak. Anyway, moving on.
some of his best content by a mile.
No, it isn't.
But he's also done analog horror. He did a series called Winter of '83, which is a fantastic analog horror series.
No.
It's a great body of creative work and really demonstrates just how good Linkara is when given the chance to write something.
Cool.
Look, I'm just
Why don't
saying,
he fucking
these two
retire
clips
from
were made by the same
YouTube and be a
person.
writer then?
So Ant likes all the least popular shit that didn't make their channel popular in the first place, and nobody cares to go back to except for him. He's just like, oh, amazing.
You got AA. I got involved in or was introduced by Lightspeed Rescue. Lightspeed, I thought that was pretty meh. And Time Force. Time Force is a peak season. Back on WB Kids, yeah. Anyway.
I remember Turbo was the other major one.
Turbo is ass.
I just remember it from the movie mainly because we had that on VHS whenever the one chick was evil.
They chased me until I got here. We need to shut all the doors and windows before they get in.
No one should be in the park
just
right
like
now. It snowed last night.
Still shots and filming the outside.
These are definitely human remains.
I am a man.
A lot of people point out to some self-published book he made years ago, but like, have you seen his current stuff? He's gotten a lot better.
Nobody has.
And I think people don't give him enough credit. And that does bother me. I do think that
No, you bother. You hashtag Twiggered.
With criticism because of a lot of reasons. And I feel like it's very unfair to Linkara. I don't know. I feel like he gets less credit than he deserves. But that being said, Linkara is not without criticism. And I'm going to offer my big criticisms that exist from then and exist now, and they're consistent.
Well, you see, I am Linkara.
Like Linkara's lore stuff, but I don't like lore in general with review essays. I do feel like Linkara sometimes, we would thankfully keep the lore at the beginning or the end of the review.
So you like it, so you like him as a writer, but you don't like it when he puts his writings into his reviews. Yeah, that makes sense.
And hates lore because he probably hates anybody actually being held accountable to having a consistent lore. He's just like, you shouldn't give a shit about any of this. Oh.
You should think about the themes instead. What are the themes of Linkara's show?
They're just lazy eye coming
AA saying, looks like Big Baby still has to be blocked, lol, yeah.
The whole thing beyond like sight gags or whatever. He had a lot of reoccurring characters in the review that were kind of goofy little parodies that were taken a little too seriously, I think. That's one thing I'm not a big fan of, but I'm also not a big fan of lore in general with this kind of stuff. Like, for example, when Patrick Willems is the same thing, I don't like that either. People love that. I don't care about that stuff.
Okay, we get it. You don't like it. Jesus.
If I want a story, I'll watch a story. Again, like Winter of '86, which Linkara has proven he can do a good story. I just don't want him in the reviews, that's all. And there are a few comics that Linkara covers that I feel like, I don't really care about this comic. It's not for me.
Okay.
I do this really crazy thing. I don't watch it. But when he is interesting, I'm there opening day. When a Linkara,
how do you know if it's interesting if you don't watch
it's
it?
a big topic, I click on that immediately and just put it on my sidebar and go, okay, I'll watch this in a second because I don't want to forget that. Because when he hits, he hits. But going back,
is he just like explaining how he browses YouTube? That's not very interesting.
Yeah, pretty much.
When I see a video that I want to like, I click on it. Whenever I click on watch it later, I click watch later.
That's literally everyone on YouTube, and
He's gonna get a bunch of comments on this video like, "Oh, OMG, bro, you're just like me."
So
It's like,
relatable.
Yeah, everybody's like, hang on, I do have to just check out real quick. I had a problem with ruining media literacy today class. It seems we had better media literacy in the past, and I'm not convinced that's true. Ooh. Give a little credit to our public school
Who the fuck
system.
is Philip J. Fry?
That's from Futurama. He's the protagonist. Yeah, you know, Fry.
I didn't know his full name.
I have thin walls and I must scream. Chef's kiss. Oh boy.
What?
That is CinemaSins' fault, and you cannot. Well, CinemaSins is ass, but
There's still
that, again,
still a comedy
they kind of
channel.
changed. Yeah, they kind of changed whenever they started having to nitpick every little thing, and then they started retracting sins because they didn't want to be too mean.
Hang on, we got AA. The nostalgia critic looks like a bootleg Clark Kent from the 99-cent store with that haircut and glasses and suit. Yeah. What? No, AA. That's Ant right there. That's Ant right there. Briscoe. Linkara just doesn't have great comedic skills. That's why no one ever watched him. Yeah.
Yep.
Same.
But Ant wants to see more of his comedic and horror skills. He wants to see him make all of his own stuff.
Early Linkara reviews, one thing is clear, he's definitely developed over time. What I think, though, is that you can see, even in this first review, the structure of someone who actually understands the medium they're talking about more than Doug does. If that makes sense.
Yeah, well, he's had the same format, like, the entire time.
Same format, just better at doing it. That's how it comes
Good
down.
on him, yeah.
Hey, there's another weird
Linkara
transition.
would upgrade his equipment here.
Yeah, he's got to have his little dude creep in from the corner.
It's like
and
we
then
go from his stream to this fucking floating head shit again.
Periodically.
Yeah.
That's the difference, too.
He also knew to get better lighting, better camera, better microphone.
He learned to get better at these things. He actually worked on audio engineering and shit, unlike, Doug and...
I feel like this bitch is taking a shot at me with this
Already,
line.
though, like, you can see the foundations of what would be a much...
Hey, look, his audio engineering is better than you.
Like, wah, wah.
And obviously better cameras and shit became more widely available even just the last few years, let alone whenever they started in like 2008 in a lot of these channels and stuff. Like, first of all, the cameras didn't link up to computers quite as easily. Now you can pretty much like live stream pretty easily.
Yeah,
and then,
I mean, fucking hell, my camera is built into my fucking computer.
But it's just funny. They're like, oh, he improved over time. It's like, yeah, it was 2008, motherfucker. Of course things have improved. Shit was standard definition on YouTube back then for the most part.
AA. Oh, that's his name? Ants? Talk about little fella.
Anthony Gargle Balls a lot. That's his actual name.
Or as Zimzilla calls him, Hoo! Anyway.
A critical body of work, I feel like.
Yeah, because he was very different from Doug in that he would go over like the history of the thing and kind of curate and present it. He was I think Bennett the Sage kind of followed in his footsteps after a while.
I would say
this guy I never cared
about. More in line with Linkara than Doug.
Bennett started out more as like crass.
Let off some steam, Bennett. Holy shit, he goes into fucking Linkara a lot.
Like he was
twice as long as
an
Lindsay.
old curator, like presenting these things to you,
Yeah, still pissed about his original Evangelion review. Like, even though he's blocked it out.
Oh, of course you don't like it when he's critical about Evangelion.
Grim, have you heard this Evangelion show before?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Anthony. I avoid the opinions that any straight man has about Evangelion because they're all wrong.
When you go back to Linkara's content, you see,
that shows what that person's obsessed with.
Yeah.
And Ant's such a little cuck, he had to laugh at it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, white guys suck, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hail Jordan.
That will become his later style.
Oh my, he's tagging everybody.
Yeah.
But there are a few things missing, and it's very clear Linkara recognized his faults in his early reviews and improved upon them. And that's essential because you're going to find a lot of people don't always do that.
But will you ever admit a fault, Ant?
Necessary to undo the death of Gwen Stacy and the Green Goblin is just so astronomical.
So there's this voice that a lot of men in this era made, I noticed.
What?
And it's what I like to
Really?
call, I want to scream.
Person's obsessed with
but
men.
I'm still living with my mom, so I have to do a fake scream.
Oh.
I
okay.
have thin walls and I must scream.
Now, Linkara's earliest.
I mean,
review
I'm
of
not.
the comics
I'll
is pretty
scream if I
well-regarded.
want
think his
to.
first
I
review
don't care if I'm
is Secret
bugging
World,
you,
and that's like
Mom.
the first one he did that I'm like, this is a really good review. Before that, he kind of treated his reviews as an extension of his written reviews. So he wrote from the context of, oh, hey, I have a readership. They already know about comics. I don't have to explain everything. I'll just describe what's happening on the page, go panel by panel, yada, yada, yada. But he's forgot, hey.
Like you did with Ironheart?
A lot of people don't read comics. Even people who like superheroes don't all read comics. And keep in mind, this is before the big MCU boom. This is 16, 17 years ago. So a lot of people didn't know about who the Jackal was. They
Yeah,
didn't know what
because
the Clone
they're
Saga.
lazy
They didn't know
and
who Frank
they couldn't
Miller
be
really was
asked
outside the guy
to.
made Sin City, if even that. They probably didn't even know who Alan Moore was. So a lot of people didn't know about comics.
I think that there is an art of making a
Yes, there's
review
people
/
who are
reaction to a
lazy.
piece of media.
I'm so sick of this argument where like we have to like take into account fucking newbies who don't keep up with this shit. It's like who fuck if they're that curious they can go figure out for themselves. Fuck.
And honestly, as the reviewer, that's what you should say. Like, you know, if you're more curious about this, look into this subject, and
It's
then
like,
you just move on with your
it's
fucking review.
Such an egregious case of hand holding, and I hate it. Ugh.
And you're gonna end up repeating yourself a shit ton in videos then, and just filling time. Oh, that's what you want, Ant.
Yeah.
You can still kind of follow even if you haven't seen it. You'd have had to have read this comic and like be up to date on this comic to really like be able to talk about the review.
Anytime that I see the Jackal, I just think of the Family Guy scene where he's like, Jackal, Jackal. They're playing Pictionary. The guy's like, Jackal, Jackal, it's a Jackal, Jackal. It wasn't right the first time. What the fuck would it be right the sixth time?
Yeah.
Or really like know what he's getting at or talking about. So like,
I think this was also primarily for his audience that followed his blog, so he's kind of just assuming they know his.
My God, they all just keep repeating the same point.
Plot line on his blog, so yeah.
His camera improved, and it was for his written audience. Yes.
Also, I want to point out that starting off your review career by going in the middle of the Clone Saga is a choice. The Clone Saga is one of the most infamously convoluted plot lines in comic book history. Like, because the writers didn't know what they were doing. So they just made shit up as they went along.
Wow, Ant, you're being awfully mean to those writers. I mean, it's really hard to make the comic. Why are you being so toxic, you grifter?
Yeah.
That is because of him, though, actually. And actually, it's thanks to Linkara that when Ben Reilly showed up in Across the Spider-Verse, I lost my shit laughing.
It's great. I love it.
Hashtag fake
Thanks for that.
fan.
My friend had no idea why I was cackling my ass off.
Ben Reilly was in the fucking Insomniac game. He might have even been in the PS. Wait, no, he couldn't have been in the PS1 game. That was too old. But I feel like the Scarlet Spider costume. That's what that one was, right? It was. Pretty sure that was in the 2018 game. But anyways.
Yeah.
That would have been before. Oh, wait, no, Spider-Verse was also 2018. Never mind. Well, they programmed it in the game, obviously, years prior.
Oh no, Justin's. Uh-oh. The Knights are mad at Justin. Oh shit. Oh no, Justin.
Oh shit.
Justin's gonna get in trouble. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
I mean, honestly, I still stand by what I said last week. I'm like, he's only complimenting it in relation to other stuff, just saying it's better. It wasn't like he was completely glazing it, like, oh my gosh, just this amazing Empire Strikes Back level or something.
Hang on, I just told him that Kramer needs to delete that disgusting video. I mean, he should. Or if he doesn't want to delete it, he really needs to put that pinned comment in there.
Who's positioned now as a comic authority to a lot of people who were coming to thatguywiththeglasses.com for movie reviews. Not comic book fans, but film fans. Linkara took advantage of this new position
They can
by
go read
educating
comics
his
and they want
audience.
to figure out. I hate to keep hammering this point home, but just for the love of God, buy a trade paperback for fuck's sake. If you really want to catch up, look up a reading order online. It's like just let the continuity build up, and if the new readers want to catch up, they can start at the beginning. All right, ramble. I swear to God, ramble over.
Just as a great example of that, you know when Dragon Ball got popular? It was when Dragon Ball Z came to the U.S. There's a reason that there's a Z there. It's because it's not the beginning of the story. It's well into the story. Like, I think there were about 200 episodes of the original Dragon Ball, and I'm not sure how many manga chapters it was because I wasn't reading manga at the time. I just watched the shows. But, yeah, you know, it like built up a huge fucking fan base jumping in whenever you had all these established characters. We didn't know shit about why Tien and Yamcha fucking used to matter.
Yeah.
We just saw them all die to Saiyans right away, and then we moved on with the story.
Yeah. Anyway.
Not just simply what happened in the lore of the comics, but also behind the scenes. And that's, I think, where Linkara is shown the most. He became a place where people went to understand superhero comics, to understand
you should
the
not
writers, the
go
artists,
to other
the drama behind
people
the
to
scenes, why certain
understand
things happen the way they
really
did. Because
shouldn't.
comics are not reader-friendly. You pick up
Reader-friendly?
issue 1 of
They're
Captain
literal
Marvel, for example,
books!
and you don't know if it's the first issue, because Marvel relaunches their
And
comics.
you don't know, then look that shit up!
They have big pictures and a few words. They're not like a fucking Song of Ice and Fire where it's like a 700-page book or something.
This is legit pissing me off, man. I swear to God.
It's so simple to jump. Like, I read fucking manga. The Shonen Jump app is like $2 oh, I'm sorry, they just increased it. Now it's $3 a month. I'm sorry you can't afford that, Ant, I guess.
Even Spider-Man, who's a pretty mainstream superhero, it's very intimidating on where to start with him. You start with Amazing Fantasy 15. You start
right there.
somewhere in the middle, and that's like getting the X-Men.
I just told you
titles
where.
on a regular basis at the same time. And
X-Men
Linkara
number
wasn't
1.
even a
I
Marvel
just
guy. He was a
told
DC
you.
guy mostly. So all of that kind
Then
of
he's an
added
extra
up. How do you
cut.
start with comics? Well, he would give you explanations. He would give you these prologues at the beginning of his reviews
Yeah, it
that got
fills
bigger
time.
and bigger and bigger as time went on. I think as he realized the value of his audience understanding the context for each video. But go back to his early reviews.
No, it's just easy time filler.
He doesn't give any context. He just
He
jumps
has
right
to
in.
hold the
And
hand
it's
because the
clear that
audience are stupid babies who can't be asked to read a few hundred pages. Gosh.
Or even just, for God's sake, if it really bothers you that much where you need to explain at the beginning of a video, just fucking wiki the previous stuff if that really is all you can do. Like, I'd rather you do it that way than fucking have a 5-minute introduction every video that now everybody has to watch. Like, you're ruining your video to cater to the laziest people.
Maybe his audience complained, or maybe he questioned the value of it himself. Maybe a combination of the two. Whatever it is,
maybe he wanted to fill more watch
just as
time.
much the context surrounding stories as the story itself. And that proved instrumental in converting a lot of young fans into comic books.
Oh,
and again,
that is a lie.
No, it didn't.
No,
The
it
fucking
did not.
movies were doing that at the time because they
Not
were
even the
popular,
movies,
not
really. Not
Linkara.
even the movies, John. Because comic book movies are historically infamous for not getting people to read the books. That's
I
just
thought in the beginning that they were a little bit better. Like, I think like Iron Man or something, they saw a bump, but then as it went on, I think they got into more normie audience, and then it was like, once it reached like Avengers, where it was like making $1 billion, then I think people like stopped. It reached an audience that just didn't care to ever do that.
Yeah.
Gatekeepy. They kind of pushed people away. Linkara brought people in, and as a result, he became a great counterbalance to what would ultimately become a lot of negativity in the anime.
Of course.
He always brings up this guy. Who is that?
That's Richard
He's
C.
always-
Meyer.
He's always showing the clips of him, I guess, because he
That's-
doesn't feed into the fucking industry.
That's your boy Zach. He hates Riri Williams.
That's right. That's where I saw him recently, because he was using his clips in the Riri Williams video. Yeah.
The comic book space online.
That's his
over the next several years.
Eric July,
Again, that's not saying Linkara is without fault. No critic is, but what he offered the internet was far greater than I think he even realized at the time. He wasn't just writing silly reviews or doing a few silly gags, even though he did do that. What he also did was
God forbid you just make reviews and gags.
That helped equip them to understand comics. I mentioned before, there were a bunch of videos he did that I just have no interest in. But even when I clicked on a video that I had no interest in initially, he made it compelling. Good example of that is the ROM video.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't watch those. You said earlier, if I wasn't interested, I just didn't click on it. So you're lying earlier, Ant, or you're lying now, Ant.
Yeah.
Obscure Marvel character that's like part of a product deal they did. I had no idea who this character was. Never read anything about him. But the Linkara retrospect really offered a lot of perspective for me as a fan.
Cool, he made you a fake fan of Raw.
And it was just as good as his Cassandra Cain.
Great. So basically, you listen to a summary of it instead of actually reading the book. I'm sure they love that.
Yeah.
The retrospect. Or there's Titan retrospect, both of which I personally did like, and I personally knew a little bit going in. And even then, I still learned something. And I was a fan at the time. I was a fan going into Linkara.
You don't know shit.
That's the value of offering context and offering information to an audience. I think it's incredible.
And now for something completely different.
Finally, a film of truly graphic, pretentious, and amazing sensationalism that I can fully get behind it.
Of all the members of Channel Awesome, Brad Jones is kind of unique because he's the only one who's stuck with Doug Walker acting.
And John, I know you're a somewhat big snob fan, right? So this section will be good for you.
Yeah, I enjoy a lot of older stuff, even though I recognize, like, oh yeah, the camera shit. He did a whole fucking season where he was sitting in a closet because I think he was having his house redone or some shit. But like a lot of like horror sequels and shit that he would cover, I didn't even know existed at the time. I'd be like, wait, what? There's this many Children of the Corn movies, and then I like watching shitty horror movies.
You were all like, wait, what?
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah.
I can discuss for hours on its own. I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of complicated feelings about that too. Guy started as a very small critic before being discovered by Spoony.
He's really letting his entire opinion be reflected by this fucking controversy nobody gives a shit about.
Yeah.
It's the change channel
At least not anymore. Like, if you want to say like, oh, well, people did care about it. Okay, well, not anymore, because again, it's largely like it's pretty much yesterday's news at this point.
They had already majorly fallen off in popularity when that happened. Like, pretty much the only popular stuff left that could sustain them was like the Cinema Snob and Nostalgia Critic was pretty much. I mean, like, yeah, Critic was way more popular, but I know like Snob, it is still like his full-time job, so he was doing well enough, I guess, and they like collabed a lot and shit still. But the other ones had already pretty much all left. That was like way later that controversy was.
Yeah.
Well, Noah Antwaller. We'll get to him later as well.
Boy,
like with Cinema Snob, I didn't watch much of his main stuff. I actually like his vlogs he would do in the parking lot of movie theaters, like right after he saw a movie, and sometimes he'd have some of his friends with him, and they just talk about the movie they just watched, and they were great.
With Brad Jones's style, it's very simple shtick, but I think it's a very effective shtick.
And it's worth noting, because we're all Grizzy fans, they did not shill and drive. They didn't do anything in drive.
Yeah.
They would review stuff while sitting in the parking garage or wherever the fuck they were, and then drive afterwards.
Yeah.
Don't shill and drive.
Yeah, don't shill and drive, everyone. I'm gonna remind y'all in the chat right now. Hashtag don't shill and drive. There you go, folks. Remember it. Anyway, moving on.
Played a character who was a snobby film critic who was reviewing sleazy, bad movies. I think a lot of the character draws from the Roger Ebert reviews or those higher-end kind of film critics who kind of decided...
You think?
Or like the
he makes jokes about that all the time.
Who would shoo at horror films that were sleazy and trashy.
Jason, you can't hear him, you can't see him, he hardly even breathes. He's the latest word in leading men from the geniuses at Paramount Pictures. You get the idea. Friday the 13th, the final chapter, is 90 minutes of teenagers being strangled, stabbed, impaled.
This would be Ant in the 80s, by the way. As soon as his movies came out, he'd be fucking Roger Ebert.
Chopped up and mutilated. That's all this movie is. It's just mindless, bloody violence. And just think of the message.
Ant's basically Roger Ebert with like all the fucking like coolness drained from him. Yeah. Justin, hang on.
They were notorious snobs with the horror movies, and he would just be exactly like that because he'd be like, "They're so mean."
I hated this movie. Hated this movie. We got Justin saying it. Maybe I will start playing my EA Battlefront in PS4 again. Tell the nights I'm enjoying it. No, Justin, don't. No. You don't need to go that far. No. Anyway, moving on.
Film offers to its teenage audience. The world is a totally evil place, this movie says. It'll kill you. It doesn't matter what your dreams and hopes and ambitions are. It doesn't matter if you have a new boyfriend or a new girlfriend or you've got plans for the future. You can forget those plans because you're going to wind up dead. There is literally nothing else in this movie. And the sickest thing is, this isn't the final chapter. That's just an advertising gimmick. The ending clearly sets up a sequel. And what I want to know is, I wonder if they're going to be heartless and cynical enough to make the sequel, because why not? They've already taken the bucket to the cesspool 4 times for the sludge. I think the people who made this movie ought to be ashamed of themselves, and that's what I think.
This is how he reacts whenever he watches like a well, now we know a nostalgia critic, but also like a critical drinker or a mauler or something. You can literally put his face over that clip and just find like the 5th part of one of their reviews, like Ironheart episode 5 or something. It'll be like, and the sickest part is this isn't even the final part. They're so cynical, they're so evil, and they want to crush everybody's dreams and everything. That's like how he analyzes fucking YouTube videos nowadays.
Yeah. And I'm gonna vote no.
And I'm not just talking Halloween. I think Rob Dreber liked Halloween, but
that was for Friday the 13th that you just showed the clip.
Gene Siskel on Siskel and Ebert actually doxed the creators of the movie Silent Night, Deadly Night on television.
I do know this from Cinema Snob.
In the 80s, because he didn't like the movie. He thought it was distasteful.
And Silent Night, Deadly Night now has the distinction of joining I Spit on Your Grave as one of the 2 most contemptible
films. Yeah, he gave out the
I
address.
don't think it's campy. It really is quite awful. And Ira Richard Barmack produced it. You people have nothing to be proud of, even if you made a few bucks off of all the negative publicity. Your profits truly are blood money.
And so I think Brad Jones was channeling that. He was channeling. He was
the proto ant.
Gene Siskel is the original swatter. Yeah.
Because we know all of his fans. They're probably trying to dox me now that I pissed them off on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah. It's like, come at us, ant bros. We ain't scared. We're not fucking scared, dud. Anyway.
But also a film critic at the same time. And a lot of his reviews were of these really obscure, really shitty movies. Now, what's interesting is this. Film critics tend to hit one of 2 modes at this time. They went for the real big mainstream dumpster fires, or they went for so obscure that no one had heard about it at the time. You had to dig through the video store toss-out bin to find these videos in the first place in the clamshell tapes. Brad Jones was the dumpster diver of that industry in the best possible way. He would jump in and look at these really obscure, really cruddy, really
E.T. pornos
from the 80s, 70s, and so forth, and review them. He offered a lot of context for how the movie got made. He looked at who made it, all that kind of stuff. And his reviews are very short. They're very bite-sized at first, but got bigger the first time it on.
Sallow is the anti-happiness, the anti.
He was way more over the top at first,
right?
Sadism with love.
He actually went less over the top of the time.
That's listen to Brad. He actually toned it back.
Oh, yeah, because he's really playing like a more cartoonish caricature of a snob here.
I do is that whereas other reviewers maybe honed in more on what worked about their stuff, Brad Jones pulled back.
Sallow is just the kind of beauty in filmmaking that I've been missing all of these months.
Naturally, the movie has to start with a band. Not the band, but a band.
He also added a lot of lore, which I'm going to ignore because I don't care about that. But that
oh, what's the matter, Ant? Is he not a good writer as
Linkara?
He really doesn't have that much lore to be. He references, like, he referenced this as the closet season or something, or he'll make fun of his camera that would make noise or something. Like, he'll make reference to his earlier videos, but he doesn't have like a lot of characters and shit.
Yeah.
His ex was briefly a character, but obviously that ended once they ran.
Yeah.
And that was just, he had big tits and he would do fake video store ads where she'd be holding the video in front of her cleavage. You'd be being a snobby salesman, like, or a sleazy salesman rather.
Yeah.
The extremes of his character. He became less of the snob and more of just Brad Jones as time went on.
Really?
A little exaggerated, yes, but he didn't maintain the same character in terms of writing style, in terms of structure. I do think he's still playing a character, but it's not as extreme as it was in those early reviews. He's not hovering over the toilet, vomiting because he saw salad.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't repeat his skits. That's true.
Is it a good or bad thing? I don't really know. But he did offer a lot of information for audiences at times.
It's actually a good thing how he changed his super early stuff, like what he's watching. He would go on way too long. He even redid his Friday the 13th Part 5 review because it went on so long. He was just like beating the shit out of a Jason cardboard cutout during it. He went back later and was actually making fun of himself, like, I don't know, I guess I'll just watch this critic review it. I don't feel like watching this movie. And he's watching his own review from back in the day. It's just like, wow, this guy just spends the whole time bitching about this scene, or like he just spends the whole time beating up this mannequin.
Yeah.
It's a lot of just self-deprecating shit.
Yeah.
Naming conventions of films. A lot of people know this. The movie Zombie which is in Italy known as Zombie 2, is an unofficial sequel to Dawn of the Dead.
Yes,
when Zombie 2 was released in America, it was released
Now you're just repeating what he says in his videos.
Like in Italy, is called Zombie 3. When that film was released in
fucking
America, it was
AVGN
called
already went over
Zombie
this in the
3.
movie
There's no
titles,
Zombie 2 in
video.
America. It's kind
Remember that
confusing to a
video,
lot of people. They
John?
go, well, where's Zombie?
Oh, I probably watched. Was that like chronologically confused or whatever
Yeah,
it was called?
yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him going over that, and then I had actually checked out because this was a lot of the snobs' really early reviews was Zombie 1, 2. I think he got up to like 6 or 7 eventually. They like have all these unofficial sequels that like some idiot would try to make, and they just got cheaper and cheaper. It got pretty sad by the end of the series.
Yeah.
2. Did I miss this movie? Brad Jones said, hey, listen, there is Zombie 2. Here's what it is. Here's Zombie 3. Here's what that is. But there's also Zombie 4, Zombie 5, Zombie 6, all the way up to Zombie 7.
Oh, it is 7.
Conventions of certain films.
And here I am now reviewing a movie called Zombie 7.
With my
Except,
Russian
you know what?
subtitles.
No, that's because this is a re-upload.
Yeah,
he has his own website where he will have stuff like from his early seasons, because I've done that. The problem is you can't play that in the background. The website's very old and like archaic, and so a lot of people will just watch the re-uploads where people will have a playlist or whatever, like Cinema Snob Season 1, and they'll just like have all the Russian subtitled re-uploads.
Yeah.
No part of me that actually believes that this movie was ever called Zombie 7. The only evidence of this is an alternate title listing on IMDb, a fact about this movie that was not present over a year ago when I reviewed Zombie 6.
It is kind of funny, like the fucking time capsule some of these are, even the websites that they show the
they look
shots
so
of.
old. That's
It's like
some,
Windows 98.
That's like some Excite.com shit right there. Like, John, you've heard of that website, Excite.com?
No, I haven't.
Oh
What's
my
that?
god, John, hang on, go exit full screen and look up Excite.com. It's so old looking. Yeah, new tab, yeah. Oh,
Oh
what?
my.
Oh my. Oh, they updated it? What the hell? They
Oh
updated
no,
it
is it
on...
supposed to look old style?
It's supposed to look like really old. They updated it on me. Well, I'll be damned.
The yellow pages. Wait,
Oh.
what's this? Images, news. Oh, never mind. Thought maybe it had an option to view it in the old style.
Maybe, yeah. Fuck. Anyway.
Oh, I have been wanting to look up, if we're looking at a time capsule, let's see. I'm looking on the back of an old game case. Medal of Honor.ea.com. Let's see if they've updated this website.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, it's stuck in perpetual loading. We
Hey,
might not be having luck
Justin,
here.
apparently, hey guys, listen up. Darth Melvin's reviewing the channel. Nice, thanks, Justin. Thanks for letting me know.
Oh my, I don't think it's gonna load.
Not
I
gonna
think it's
load.
defunct.
It's
It's
defunct. Oh man.
I remember that somebody saying like the Space Jam website hadn't been
Zombie 90 is
updated.
any better, but at least it's official.
It's wild, and actually I think it's more interesting than any of the individual films in the series, other than Zombie, which I think is a great little horror film to make. He was
Nobody
also one
cares
of the
what you
first people I
think
know
of
online
Zombie.
Who did a lot of the religious films,
I really like
treating them like
Zombies. They
exploitation
had
trash, just like a horror film.
Oh my god.
really.
And everyone, all I can say about Zombies furthermore is get ready for the Halloween Boys special on fucking Backseat Boys. Oh my god, I got a big chonker video for that.
We're gonna watch the entire zombie series?
No, I'll just say it's about The Walking Dead and just leave it at that. Yeah, anyway.
Nice.
Kind of going into how these trashy exploitation Christian films do all the same things these exploitation horror films do, only without the irony and self-awareness. I genuinely think his review of Rock, It's Your Decision is actually a really good review. Even going back to it now.
Some of these groups, some are even involved in the occult.
Name one. Go ahead. You brought it up. Name one example. I'm not saying there aren't any, but if you're going to paint an entire genre of music as a cultist, back it up with at least one example. You know, at this point, this is getting kind of sad. We are looking at a movie about how this kid's elders are taking something as innocent as his taste in music and using it to destroy his personality and his life.
Hey, what up? Hey, Darth Ghostface. Hey, Backseat Jaw. Darth Melvin is live right now watching you. How you doing, Melvin, you beautiful son of a bitch? Melvin, hey, yes, Melvin is correct. Anthony buys subs. He constantly denies it, but we know the truth. Darth Melvin is here. Hail Darth Melvin. Anyway.
Some are admitted homosexuals.
Kid, go fuck yourself.
I mean,
Your
that
decision
is
is to
true.
not listen to rock music. Fine.
It is true. Rob Halford is a homosexual, so they're not wrong there.
No, I mean, they are cringe old Christian films. I don't think he's making a comment on Christianity. He's just making fun of the fucking movies.
Yeah.
Anyway. Is that I don't have to listen to
like Reefer Madness or something.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you bring your homophobic beliefs into this one-sided conversation, I am done with you.
And now for something completely different.
You're done. These really weird cryptic subtitles that appear all
Oh, look, he's sipping. He's a champagne socialist.
more sense in Japanese than they do in English. But I always like the air quotes, and I'll be waiting here.
Oh, I know.
Final Fantasy VIII.
That's supposed to mean.
Oh,
But there's one thing Square
Spoony,
does
yeah.
well. It's making really awesome trailers. That
Okay, why is he playing this clip? They're just watching.
It's because Spoony's about to make a homophobic video.
Have you considered? It looks fucking cool. Who cares?
Oh God, Spoony. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is the one that actually bothered me the most.
Really?
Oh no.
I can
This
tell
is the
why.
hardest to come back to. Of all the critics on Channel Awesome's early days, again, I'm only covering a few. This is the last one of the review. If you want me to do another one, I will. But
Jesus,
right now,
man,
stop
reshoot
the
some
way
shit.
to go
You're
down.
always messing up in the middle of the sentence and then completely changing what
I
you're going to say.
dare Ant to like review Spoony and fucking complain. That'll be fucking hilarious. He's gonna be like, how dare Spoony make all these fucking jokes about gay people? Oh, he's so horrible.
No, he'll just silently stew on it because he doesn't want to be seen as being mad about it, so he'll just avoid it as far as
I mean,
goes.
Ant has gotten like legit heated in his videos, so he probably would. I'd like to see that. To see like
This is hateful grifting.
Darth Ghostface. Anthony believes Jacob's subscribers is legit. He's a yes, that is fact. Anthony legit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like oh my god, fucking Christ.
Yeah, Jacob subscribers. You know, Jacob is a positive guy. He punches into light speed. I love him.
Punches my
And by
mangina
the
in
way,
the light
Melvin,
speed.
Darth Melvin, leader of the Knights of Melvin.
Of all the tertiary reviewers on Channel Awesome, Spoony was the one that imploded the most spectacularly, and it's also kind of depressing to see. There's a down the rabbit hole video that really goes into detail about all the specifics of Spoony's career, and I think it's really good to watch that.
Is that who does down the rabbit hole?
Yeah, he's a fucking furry ass VTuber too. So that's extra reason to hate his ass. Anyway.
Yeah.
A real fantastic video. People don't really know this. Spoony actually was in some ways more popular than Doug. They started separate from Doug, and then they kind of combined forces, so to speak. But the Spoony channel was honestly, for its time, one of the most popular commentary channels on YouTube for a very long time.
He was the first one to kind of do this sort of half let's play, half review type thing. I don't think a lot of other people were doing this.
His review of Final Fantasy VIII was changed the conversation about Final Fantasy.
Was it changed?
We're still feeling repercussions of that discussion, I feel. Because it did change popular opinions so much. 'Cause Final Fantasy VIII was seen as popular for a while, up until Spoony kind of recontextualized how people saw it. And now we're seeing a shift back from that. But there was like a
Hey, I thought a lot of people didn't like that as because 7 was like such a mega hit and everybody fucking loved it.
And 8 introduced like a lot of like odd changes and went and like,
yeah, like
even
super technical stuff, right?
yeah, like the shit like it's like, oh, like you don't really have magic. You have to like draw all the magic from the monsters and the monsters scale with you, so you're not really getting stronger the further you progress in the game and all that shit.
So I think this comes from Ant's inflated sense of his own influence. He always seems to attribute like YouTubers as like changing these conversations, and that's why people start thinking the way they do. Like, he does this with the, you know, the critical drinkers and everything, where he's like, you know, all these things, everybody used to love the MCU, and then all of a sudden they started hating it after critical drinkers started insulting it. They're mind controlling the audience, basically. So and it's like, no, their videos are popular because the audience is already there. Because the audience believes these things, and all people like you are doing is running cover and trying to say, no, don't believe your lying eyes. You love it. It's great.
And, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Ant is the kind of motherfucker who unironically uses the term tastemakers to describe YouTube critics.
Like, even the term influencer is a little cringe because of that, where it's like, you're not really you're more reflecting the audience than influencing them. You're not like brain controlling them, like, I will now make you believe this movie sucks. It's more like, your video is just not going to be popular if you're against the grain, if you're against what most people believe. Like, if Critical Drinker came out and said, like, oh my gosh, guys, I really hate, I don't know, I really hate Top Gun Maverick. Isn't that shit? Like, would everybody suddenly start hating Top Gun Maverick? I don't think so. I think they would just say, like, wow, cringe take, bro.
Yeah, fucking, like, I forgot my train of thought. I'm sorry, I forgot my train of thought going there. Anyway, moving on. Fuck.
The period where people just quote Spoony verbatim.
Okay.
He's just calling things gay because it's 2008.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but like,
look at Ant.
We're calling it that again. Spoony, your brain is tiny.
To be goofy is the.
You know what? There are two kinds of Final Fantasy fans. Either you're LGBT or you're lying. I can't say for.
No.
My God, she's one of those. And I've never heard one of these people actually speak. I always see them in text where they're like, "Imagine being a One Piece fan and being anti-trans. Imagine being a Final Fantasy fan."
That's Crimson Ender for you. We'll see more of this guy or whatever the hell he is in the coming weeks.
Furry, colored,
Demon
hair colored, rather.
I don't know, man.
You don't even know what you want to be in an avatar, let alone in your actual body.
Oh my God, yeah.
For other people, but I know that my being like, haha, that's so gay, but like in a reclaiming way definitely comes from this kind of millennial humor of like, I'm going to make everything gay and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
Except Spoony isn't gay, you fucking idiot. What the hell?
Yeah,
So
it's like not from reclaiming
he's not
it.
reclaiming
It's
shit. It's because he's genuinely making fun of you dumbasses.
and nowadays people are saying gay and retarded and all that stuff more. It's not
because we legit hate your asses. Ugh.
And it's not because you're reclaiming it. It's because people are now like not afraid of being canceled or whatever. For a while, it was like, oh, we have to be nice. I have to be accepted by the larger culture. And it's like then the culture fucking changed.
Yeah, Briscoe. Anthony must be the only real subscriber to Jacob to believe his subs are legit.
He's commenting on every video like, great video again, Jacob. I love all these comments that are saying the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're robots or something, but clearly that's not the case.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta take a piss, Backseater. Do you think I should leave it playing and you can commentate over it?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Just go.
All right. Make sure to pay attention.
I think it might have been you that said that, Krim, where like the jokes back then were haha, you're gay, and now the jokes are haha, I'm gay.
Yeah, basically.
Well, way to admit you're a faggot.
Being gay isn't your choice, it's mine. You're gay now.
Taste the rainbow, motherfucker!
Make
me. In many ways, he was a precursor to the angry reviewer we see today.
Really?
But not the same kind of angry. He would be upset that the past is changing, upset that things are ruined by Hollywood. Though, unlike, say, grifters or anyone like that, like today's, which I'm not comparing Spoony to at all, I'm saying there is that
get
similarity.
Back here. This
Spoony
is
came from a place of authentic
disappointment.
I gotta show you this bit. It's skipping ahead a little bit.
Oh my God, fuck!
I'm gonna show you the absolute worst line in the entire game.
John!
You're not gonna believe this shit.
You're missing the stupid shit!
I thought that I knew all of
you
the
walked
paladins around
away at a
here.
bad time!
What's a paladin?
John! Oh, you back, John? John, you gotta go back like 30 seconds.
I knew you were gonna say that's why I came in and immediately paused it.
This is some cringe shit. Here we go. Further back. Further, a bit further.
Oh God, that's a horrifying picture.
Yeah.
I think it might have been you
Go,
that said that Kerm were like the
10 more
jokes back then
seconds
were
back.
haha you're gay, now the jokes
From this kind of millennial humor.
Yeah,
Like,
okay,
I'm
this
going to
is
make
where we were.
everything gay and there's nothing you can do to stop
Yeah,
me.
I
Like,
think it might have been you that said that, Kerm, where like the jokes back then were haha you're gay, now the jokes are haha I'm gay.
What? I've literally never heard any self-deprecating. Like,
No.
I had a gay roommate in college, and he was very Republican.
Oh my
and
God,
he
they're
would do
roommates.
he would do self-deprecating humor. Yeah, Anthony would probably be like, "Oh my God, she was totally gay and just afraid to say it." It's like, no, bro. But no, you make fucking self-deprecating jokes about, like, you know. My one other roommate could drink a beer super fast, and he'd be like, "Oh my gosh, he can drink that faster than me, and just imagine what my gag reflex is." He'd be fucking making jokes about himself all the time like that. But I've never heard people like online that are part of like Ant's side that are, you know, they're super like sensitive to everything.
Yeah.
They don't do the fucking self-deprecating shit because it's too serious and it's too much like those evil 2000s humor.
Yeah.
You gotta.
This is
If
some
being
coke.
gay isn't your choice, it's mine. You're gay now.
Taste the rainbow, motherfucker!
The thing with Spoony is, in many ways, he was a precursor to the angry reviewer we see today.
No, he
but not the
isn't.
same kind of angry. He would be upset that the past is changing, upset that things are ruined by Hollywood. Though, unlike, say, grifters.
Okay, so the past isn't changing. I don't know what you're talking about there. Like, do you think that Critical Drinker thinks that Hollywood has a time machine? He's like, fuck off, JJ, get out of the 1940s.
We have to go back to the past.
The Grifter Back to the Future. That would actually be a hilarious movie. It's like, Mueller, we have to go back to 2012 and make them not buy the Star Wars IP.
Yeah.
Very well, let's go.
Briscoe, everyone has done self-deprecating humor forever, yeah, so I don't know why the hell, Ant and Co are on all that, like, oh yeah, like, gay people totally do this. Like, no, you
I love
don't.
how Ann has to laugh extra hard at every joke one of these people make too, so he won't be called hateful. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
Or anyone like that, like today is, which I'm not comparing Spoony to at all. I'm just saying there is that similarity. Spoony came from a place of authentic disappointment.
I gotta show you this bit.
And
It's skipping ahead a
the
little bit.
other ones
Oh. This is his old theory that everybody's always lying just for clicks. Like,
Yeah.
Mahler secretly goes and masturbates to The Last Jedi in his spare time. He's like, I watch this film all the time. It's wonderful.
I couldn't masturbate to, like, fucking TLJ even if you paid me to. Like, literally, it's such a boner killer movie. You heard
There's
it.
not even any hot chicks in it.
You heard it here first, folks. The Last Jedi is a boner killer movie. Quote me on
What?
that.
Rose Tico doesn't turn you on?
No, it's like you could shove my. I'm not gonna reveal what it is, but I have a very specific fetish. If you shove that in there,
Oh, God.
I'm not gonna say what it is. Y'all are just gonna have to guess. If you shoved it in there, I just could not get my boner up. No. It's so.
I'm gonna show you the absolute worst line in the entire game. You are not gonna believe this shit.
How are you today? I thought that I knew all of the paladins around here. What's a paladin?
Yeah, he got really upset.
What's a
over that
paladin?
line.
What's a paladin?
What's a paladin?
It's offensive. It's offensive to every loyal fan who ever paid money for an Ultima game. It's a middle finger right up the ass to anyone who ever gave a shit, who ever got emotionally invested in the story
basically me
or
with
the
Dragon
characters.
Age
Why?
Vanguard.
Well, not only has the Avatar been around Paladins since before he was the fucking Avatar, one of his closest friends and oldest, most stalwart companions through every adventure, Sir Dupre, he was a Paladin who literally sacrificed his life by jumping into a cremation oven alive in the Avatar's place to save the entire world and the cosmos as we know it. It was one of the most moving, shocking character deaths in gaming history. And how, oh how, does the Avatar remember his noble sacrifice?
What's a paladin?
And his critical style really analyzed how bad works weren't simply bad because they were just not good, but especially in franchises he'd grown up with, the bad works functioned as a betrayal, a true betrayal
As
of.
That's literally what they all talk about.
Yeah. It's like Ant. Am I valid for doing? All right, so apparently Spoony gets a pass for doing that with the Ultimate games, but like me, Melvin, and even dudes in the fandom menace, but apparently like we're the bad guys for not doing that apparently. So it's like you're applying a fucking tier state. It's like is this a 2-tier justice system? Frankly, I'm being real here.
It's just his little head canon he has to convince himself of that everybody who doesn't like modern Hollywood is only doing it for clicks because he thinks that hate drives clicks rather than truth.
Yeah. Fuck.
And he also thinks that they're all just fake and not really fans, and they're just making up, and they secretly love it all or don't care about it or something. Except for him, he's the honest one.
The investment he had put into them.
And Lindsay Ellis.
I think when I think of Spoony, the one clip I think of more than anything else, not a lot of people think Final Fantasy VIII, they think of the Highlander stuff, but I think of this scene from the end of his massive Ultima retrospective, where he just
different though.
breaks down why the degradation of the series hurts him so badly on a spiritual level. And I'm gonna let this just play out because I think it's one of
I want to steal his content.
Unfiltered, genuine, earnest feelings I've ever seen from any of these guys.
And my dad would work from home, which again was this new thing. He didn't have to use a typewriter. So, but when he was at work, my older brother and I would play on it, and we only had one game. It was probably the first computer game I ever played, and it was Ultima 3. I didn't play the earlier ones until a lot later, but yeah, we played Ultima 3, and my brother would play it with me. He taught me how to play, and I was so young I didn't know what I was doing. Like I didn't know the story, but even if he told me, I wouldn't understood. But
I was about to say, what's wrong with your face?
Explain what's going on. He didn't get mad if I got his characters killed, and I did that a lot. And he put a lot of time. We all put a lot of time into this.
Why'd you suck at the game so bad?
It's gonna happen. I don't know if you believe. It's basically how I learned to read. All sorts of stuff. You know, it kind of helped shape my interest today. It got me interested in sci-fi, fantasy. I wanted to read more about characters like this. What was going on? Got me interested in D&D. You know, I was reading Tolkien when other kids were struggling with the Hardy Boys. You know, I was
all right, a little bit of self-glaze here. Let's calm down.
When other kids were playing around with Foursquare, and that got me in a lot of trouble.
It's actually heartbreaking to watch. It really is hard to see that because you see the authentic pain. Like it's not an act. He's not doing it for attention. This is like him just breaking character and going earnestly. This is why this bothers him.
I would say a lot of the speech was certainly genuine. I don't know if having the stuff all on your lap and starting to chuck it around, if that might have been somewhat performative. Like you kind of set that up.
And from that context, it recontextualizes everything up until that point. Spoony wasn't just a character, he was authentic. And I think that actually is what makes everything so much sadder with how things turned out with him. Because clearly, again, the Down the Rabbit Hole video goes way more in detail. He just couldn't keep that pace going. His own mental illness issues and concerns, they kind of broke him down after a while. But one thing also, you look at his humor style. Like, a lot of it is very crass. A lot of it is very offensive. And it is mid-2000s humor, so there's a lot of humor that
was funny.
Say it hasn't aged all that well.
It hasn't aged well for Ant because he decided it's all offensive. He probably laughed at that shit back in the day. Like, I'm sorry, I have to go to confession and apologize.
I may be bisexual, but I'm sorry for thinking that joke was funny. I know as a bisexual man, I really shouldn't have.
I'm just picturing the comedy skit where he starts confessing his crimes to the priest, and the priest just starts laughing. He's just like, what's wrong with you? This is very serious stuff. I laughed at a gay joke. He's just like, what do I have to do for penance? And he's just like, dude, you don't gotta say shit. It's not even that bad what you did. No, it's terrible.
Also, I jaywalked like this one time. I'm so sorry, sir. It's like, I'm a very bad man. I deserve to be in prison. Anyway.
Spoony always made himself the butt end of the joke. He always brought it back around to himself. And because of that, even if he insulted you to your face online, you knew he was going to come back to himself eventually. And so any treatment
okay, I'll give Nostalgia Critic credit for this, and actually Cinema Snob too. They did self-deprecating shit all the time. Doug would always be getting kicked in the balls in his reviews, and everybody always called him an asshole, like the critic. Like he would always be like the butt of the joke. All the other characters hated him and everything in his skits.
Right.
Like, so yeah, this isn't unique to Spoony at all.
And like, I'm pretty sure
he was going to get
Doug
twice
has
as hard.
also, like, been like fucking made fun of, right? Like Doug's made fun of himself, the others have made fun of him. So like, yeah, it's not exclusive to Spoony. Like
Well,
all the
actually,
all the channel Awesome members like clown on each other back when they were still together. So yeah.
Doug actually, I remember they did this as a differentiation. I think it was with the Oni Plays or whatever, when they showed him that skit during, somebody was interviewing him or something, and they showed the clip of, who was the comics guy that he was just covering?
Linkara.
Yeah, so they showed how Linkara responded to that skit, and he was the one that was like raging, kicking the guy to chat, and saying like, it's a stupid Spoony Oni Plays clip and everything, and he was like taking it very seriously, takes himself very seriously. And then they showed Doug, and he was just kind of like laughing at himself and being like, yeah, you know, my voice is pretty fucking cringe sometimes, and obviously I can't insult other people and not expect to get shit back. Like, he seemed to have a really good attitude about it, and it was like a big differentiator as far as like why he's still like somewhat popular and you know, and he's not.
One of the things in his
So
comedy,
the Chad critic
even from a
versus
modern
the
standpoint.
virgin Linkara, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like he didn't like seem to let his ego keep swelling up just because he was. Well, actually it did swell up at one point, probably whenever they were making the movies and stuff, and they were trying to like break into Hollywood. It seemed like with the big long skits and dramatic series and stuff that he did after he killed off the character. But he seems to have sort of come back around from that and gotten checked a little bit from its failure and like kind of come back a little bit more humble, maybe.
Yeah, he wrecked himself, so he
Age back.
checked himself. And,
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Even when it was incredibly offensive, because nothing he said about anyone else would be as bad as what he said about himself.
Really?
Unless it was towards the capitalist companies and the organizations that were ruining his childhood. I really wish
the capitalist companies also built everything that he loved, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Spoony had figured out a way to get through his
It
problems,
was all
'cause
little Richard
there was a
Garriott
lot
who
there.
just wanted to make his great games.
And again, he had a lot of opportunities to do so, but it's just a really sad cautionary tale at this point. But he's one I wish could pull through. But the thing also is, I'm not sure Spoony would really last all that well in the internet landscape today. I think Cy put it best on the stream when discussing Spoony, though. So I'll just let that play out.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to imagine like a timeline where he kept at it and maybe evolved his content, but I'm not sure he would be able to keep up with internet trends.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Unfortunately,
He was kind of an old school kind of guy. A lot of his interests were from the 80s and 90s as well. That did eventually come back into popularity. Like all the Zoomers love 90s shit now.
Okay, Doug. This is the part you all came to, right?
Oh boy, such a burden for you, man.
Well, look at the runtime. Covered.
Oh,
We're
hold
gonna be talking
on,
a lot about
hang
Doug
on,
Walker.
John,
If you click,
Briscoe, I'd like all these fake, overly sensitive fucks to explain how humor hasn't aged well. Hey, Ant, there's a good idea for your next essay: how humor ages poorly. There you go. I'd really like to see Ant's tastes in comedians. Yeah.
Oh God.
I really like that.
on
Maybe
channel also
Shuma gal.
during that
Anyway.
period of time. You clicked on it because of Doug Walker, because of the Nostalgia Critic
Yes.
character. There are multiple video essays about Doug Walker, and I do want to flash a few on screen right now, because I did reference these when writing this segment. I referenced them when trying to come up with ideas, and he deserved credit because they're fantastic. But I think that from his perspective of comparing him to his peers,
Just his format is the most annoying format for me, where it's like you're trying to sound genuine and in the moment, but also you edit together everything and like you do clips, but it's like really lazy clips where you're just like putting your stupid avatar rocking back and forth, or just like showing stills floating across. Like, Jesus, just commit to one or the other. Like in the
Commit to the bit, Ant.
yeah, it's just like, and it's just overly edited, and he keeps in all the shit that he should cut out, like all the mess ups and fucking scripts. It's like he's trying to sound authentic when he's not.
something very interesting comes to light, and I want to bring it up right now. Unlike, say, normal boots.
I wanted to forget those
Why
things.
do you
I
hate
don't want those
normal
terrible
boots
memories
so
anymore.
much?
Stop this, please.
So should I watch Normal Boots? Is that like a funny video series or what?
It used to be like Channel Awesome, where it was like a collection of YouTubers who like came together. They were all like reviewers and gamers and whatnot. I don't know why he's like it's like I don't know what the deal with Normal Boots is. Like, he's got Pro Jared down there. It's like, yeah, Pro Jared got into some like controversy a while back, but like I don't know like why he's dunking on Normal Boots as a whole. Like, if he doesn't like Pro Jared, like, all right, fine, whatever. But it's like, what is this? It's like, all right, hang on, John. If you don't know the controversy there, basically, all right. So I don't know if you know who Pro Jared is, but he's a YouTube. He's a game reviewer, right? So he was married to his wife at one point, but then he started cheating.
Obviously.
And then he started cheating on her with this other guy's wife. And because of that controversy, then eventually like rumors started that like he was soliciting sex from a minor, and like or something.
That's a big leap. Holy shit.
Yeah, but that was proven false, I believe, or something or other like that. Like it was ultimately like unconfirmed if he was, so he got off in that regard. But like, yeah, basically it's like it just kind of spiraled out from there. So while he has rebounded a bit from that. But yeah, that's pretty much what he's. I don't know like why the hell like he's painting that as like entirely representative of Normal Boots. Like, from what I remember, Normal Boots is like pretty chill, unless it's some other controversy I don't know about.
By that logic, all of Channel Awesome he shouldn't be talking about because of the Jew Oreo guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was a coalition of different popular YouTubers at the time. Channel Awesome exists solely because of Doug Walker. Doug Walker erected that. He wasn't the guy running the company.
Don't say Doug Walker and erect in the same sentence.
People came for Doug. And it's kind of stunning.
People came for Doug after he talked about Doug being erect. Jesus, man. What's on your mind right now, you bisexual fuck?
You know, if people say that I'm on like my enemy to lovers arc with Ants, it's like Ants seems to be on his enemy to lovers arc with Doug Walker right here, yeah. Oh my god.
Now in a post The Wall world. You know The Wall, of course, right? The classic Pink Floyd movie. And you've definitely heard of Doug Walker's
review. He had a majorly cringe review.
It's incredibly unfunny. The jokes are cringe. And he seems to demonstrate no knowledge of what The Wall actually is.
So
Even
what?
when the lyrics of the songs explain the point to his face, he misses the point somehow. And it's baffling. Many people have called him incurious. Many people have called him not a very insightful person. Some people call him unchanging, shackled to the character of the critic when he clearly wants to move on, but it is limited by either skill, resources, or his popularity.
Yeah.
When going back to Doug's earliest videos, a new question comes to light. Was Doug Walker ever funny to begin with?
Yes.
I love how he does the dramatic pause for such a basic-ass question. Do I think that he's funny? It's like, whoa, I really needed that dramatic pause for that.
It's like, I wonder what he's gonna say next.
The oh my gosh guy watching Ant. Oh my God, what's he gonna say next? Oh.
Oh my fucking gosh, Sean J. Brody, yeah.
I'll do a whole reaction in one of the shill's voices.
Yeah. Dude,
or just be like fake Padme and fucking holding my hair and having an orgasm the whole time.
Yeah, Briscoe erected, yeah. Dude, someone needs to like make like an edit of the fucking Star Cruiser fucking commercial, but it's like Sean J. Brody, he enters into the room and then it's like Ant's face and he's like, oh, Anthony Gramuglia, oh my gosh! Yeah. That'd be great.
Somebody should do the Star Wars hotel commercial, but play all the shills like best reactions. Like have the fucking fake Padme, you know, orgasming, him saying, "Oh my gosh," Jacob being like, just like editing it so it looks like they're reacting to that. It's just like they're all fucking falling over for it, and then like play their videos where they're talking about it closing.
Yeah.
How was Doug Walker as a media critic? How was he as a comedian? And how did he?
He's not very serious, and you take him way too seriously.
Yeah.
The problem is he didn't change for the better, unlike everyone else who refined their style. He's not a Lindsay.
Quit messing with your hair.
Linkara. He's not even a Brad Jones.
I was watching one of Malcolm Ray's behind the scenes, and he was recording Tamara doing a voiceover, and he was doing it with the camcorder mic, and I was like, why? Even after buying an entire studio, he still uses the onboard camcorder audio.
Oh
It's
god,
tradition.
even I don't do that. Like I've not been doing it for that long.
Yeah, I hold
Using
my
the camcorder mic.
Yeah, him and
Yeah, like I'll say this: his audio and like video doesn't. It looks better and sounds better than Ant's. So I don't know what he's gonna insult here, but
James Rolfe are both the same. They kind of are stuck in the old ways they did things and just won't learn anything new. It drives me crazy.
That's ridiculous.
If it ain't broke, don't
With Doug
fix
Walker,
it.
humor is the first.
he's acting like that's the most offensive thing that he's ever heard.
It's like, oh, how
I
dare
can't
they?
believe-
How dare they not get better technology? Oh, those plebeians.
They're using the wrong microphone. Oh, it's a war crime.
Anyone thinks of. So, were his jokes funny? Well,
Optimus Prime is in this movie. Of course he goes, wow.
It's almost charming in a way, though.
it kind of is in a weird way.
He's huge. He's like fucking cancer.
Yeah,
You guys are the
this is nothing like his later reviews. I've watched this one because, you know, like I said, I kind of discovered him during the pandemic, so I was just looking for new shit to watch because I was falling off with all my shit that I used to watch, and I was just like, oh, I'll find a Nostalgia Critic playlist. And so this is always the first video that comes up, and it's just like a super quick cutting, like, you know, he's trying to be this super excited guy, and then he like says that it sucks at the end or something. That's like the whole skit.
Yeah.
It's nothing like the other ones.
Yeah, this is more like his bum reviews. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. He sort of does it like that. So he's very clearly still experimenting with like the format, which, you know, it's early YouTube. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of videos like that where you're just throwing shit at the wall, seeing what works.
Yeah.
And they kick ass, and one of them's a Hummer.
And basically, this is what bum reviews became.
Basically, yeah.
I just said that.
Where he would just
Hey,
pretend to be a...
hey, Sai, stop ripping my points off.
It's like, but you're a white man.
Oh yeah, of course.
crazy homeless man reviewing movies, which might be a little problematic.
You know, I used to think that was an act.
Wait, the homeless man reviewing movies is problematic now?
How? Literally how?
I gotta listen to that again just to make sure I'm not accusing them of something that they're not saying, but...
Basically, yeah.
Where he would just, he just pretends to be a crazy homeless man reviewing movies, which might be a little problematic.
You know, I used to...
How is it problematic for a homeless man to review movies? Like, oh my god.
Because you're making fun of mental illness in the homeless community, Backseat. This is how these people think. This is why they're so miserable in their lives, because before they say anything, they have to think about all the repercussions for every subgroup that they've ever heard of.
This is your brain on social justice, folks. Get off it!
It's like, oh, I want to make this joke, but will it offend any of the alphabet community or any of the other ethnicities or aliens from outer space somewhere that might come and visit us one day, or maybe demons in hell? It might affect. Wait, I better not say it.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just stick to making fun of white guys. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm just too much of a pussy to make fun of anything else.
But Obama, he's a nigger. Yeah.
Whoa, Spoony, when did you get in here? Doug did make fun of Obama a few times in his early videos. That's the other funny thing.
Yeah. At least he was
and
he was based in that regard, at least.
One of his funniest ones was how I even showed my mom this whenever I watched it because I was cracking up so much. She was wondering what the fuck I was dying at, but it was he's doing some Disney movie about like a dolphin or some a dolphin and a dog that get to be friends, and he's like. The one girl in the movie says, like, if a dog and a dolphin can be friends, then maybe our parents can be too. Because I think, like, their parents were, like, flirting and going to get together or something. It was, like, two divorcees or something. Or maybe their significant other was dead or something. But anyways, they say it like it's this profound thing. And Doug, like, plays it up. He's like, oh my gosh, if a dog and a dolphin can get together. And he starts, like, saying, like, world peace has been achieved and everything. Like, basically, like, making fun of the line, how it's, like, trying to be profound.
Yeah.
And then he shows like a Photoshop picture of like Bin Laden and George W. Bush frolicking through the fields together. And I kind of played off of that whenever I forget like Star Wars Theory was like complimenting Melvin whenever he appeared on Justin's stream.
Yeah.
You know, whenever he rated it, and you know, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm friends with Melvin," and everybody was kind of giving Melvin shit, like in a joking way. They were like, "Oh, Melvin, you're best friends with Star Wars Theory."
Yeah.
And then I made one of like where I photoshopped like one guy on the other guy's back, like frolicking through a field, and it was Melvin in Theory.
I'm not sure anymore after this. I'm not sure it's an act. How much caffeine did he have before making this?
This is just what, like, loud.
The review's only like a couple minutes, dude.
Back then,
Caffeine, I think he might have just fucking taken a nosedive into a pile of cocaine.
There's a reason why Doug Walker's early jokes worked in these videos, but as time went on, the jokes got less and less funnier because they got more and more.
Wait, what? Less and less funnier?
The more components he added to his humor, the less funny it got, because in order to get the joke, you'd have to be in on the joke. And I think that really undermined a lot of his humor early on. It got worse as time went on.
This is like where I agree with you that he got less funny over time, but I completely disagree with the reason.
Yeah.
Like, obviously skits and shit got longer, yes, but it wasn't because it was like a long... He's not like even being that self-referential. Like, he has characters that recur, but it's not like you need to take more than 2 seconds to understand, oh, okay, crazy homeless guy, whatever. Like...
already apparent, but that key element
and in his crusade against lore still, I think, is the problem, where he's like, the problem with all these people is they get too much lore established, and lore is evil.
He has to constantly like overanalyze like why he dislikes something instead of just coming to the simple conclusion of I don't like it or it sucks.
Or it's something in story, you know. He's always like trying to get into the fucking meta psychological reason as to why do I not find this funny? Let us study this.
Begin on the joke to begin with really undermined what was already a weak premise of his humor. Doug famously stated at one point that he believes that humor is derived from someone suffering. That in order to make a good joke, someone has to be the butt of the joke, and that butt of the joke has to be hurt in some way.
As mentioned by myself and others, all comedy is based on some form of misery. So you always have to address something unpleasant in order to get a laugh. George Carlin, one of the world's most beloved rule breakers, once said, "Comedy doesn't work unless someone's getting offended." And he's right. Puns are a mockery of language, goofy faces are a mockery of strange-looking people. You really have to think about it, but yeah, somebody's pride had to be challenged in order for it to work. But what most good comedians realize is the more...
Oh, this is from the later stuff. You can tell because the wall is more white. Whereas it was more of an eggshell or like yellowish kind of color in his earlier stuff.
Truth in pain you can emphasize, usually the more funny it is. Tom and Jerry is much funnier than Smurfs because it really looks like the pain hurts. Malcolm in the Middle is much funnier than Full House because they address much harsher realities. But of course, if you were to see any of these in real life, you'd probably be horrified and wouldn't laugh at all. Hence, this is why comedy is a defense mechanism, which I go more into in other editorials.
Through this context,
I don't like his analysis videos that much. I usually just like whenever he's being the critic and making fun of a shitty movie.
They're a bit mid,
like, Yeah, and it's just like, it's kind of like Ant's videos where they kept getting longer, they kept getting more self-serious, and it's just like, it kind of just deflates you. It's like if Angry Video Game Nerd, if he all of a sudden just started like doing these super deep retrospectives on, I don't know, what it takes to program an enemy and everything, and he like, it's just like he sort of like just stuck to his format, and that's why people still kind of get excited for new videos of his still, because he doesn't change so much that it becomes unrecognizable or like get bogged down in trying to be like more sensitive to things. He's just like sticks to his shit.
One of Doug's famous jokes.
$1 million.
Now here it comes, guys.
4 million.
7
Here it comes.
Never leave the cave without it.
A bat credit card.
Here we go.
They gave him a bat credit card? They had the balls to give one of the greatest superheroes of all time a bat credit card?
Here it comes.
No! No! Does not compute! Does not compute!
I will say this is probably the funniest, it's probably the peak of his career.
The peak?
Yeah, this is the
Really?
funniest year he ever did.
Doug today would have had that joke go on.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, it's probably one of his most memorable like skits or jokes, but he was still very much on the rise when he was doing this. This is pretty early on. This is probably what sparked, you know, more of a rise for him.
Yeah. It's like, hey,
for
this,
like
this
10
fella
minutes
in a
and now
hat and glasses. It's like he's got something good here.
And speaking of being too self-serious, he eventually like stopped ever even referencing this joke. He wouldn't say it anymore, and he got like, I think he still says it at like conventions and stuff if people ask for it in person. But like he really makes a point. You can tell to never put the joke or any of the old jokes from like before the character death in any of the videos. He's very much like, I don't know. He tries to like separate himself from it now.
Would have cameoed as some kind of character, you know.
And then the shot would have lingered a little too long. Like some of his editing choices are really strange now.
Like it just coming back to him.
He's getting like super nitpicky as far as the nostalgia critic goes.
Yeah, again,
it's so weird comparing his
their judgment system with ants. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, Lizzie Ellis, like she's like Jesus if Jesus were a girl, but Doug Walker, he's fucking outdated. Briscoe, was the Bush and Bin Laden strolling through the field from the movie Postal? They did that same type of thing in the movie, probably. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie. Here's ass.
Wasn't that Uwe Boll?
It was Uwe Boll, yeah.
Well, of course. It was like a 2000s video game movie. Uwe Boll was just cranking them out.
I think now to then, because like now a shot
he just
will linger.
for whatever reason he thinks it's the funniest shit to just make jokes go on too long. It's just, oh god, why, dude?
This gag from this lens works because Doug, as a fan of Batman, is psychically suffering from Batman and Robin. That this one moment has broken him, and the humor is derived.
Allow me to
from
explain the
itself.
joke. That always makes
His
it funnier.
pain in response to the film. Now, you can derive that in one of two ways. Either A,
take a page out of the Joker's book. If you have to explain the joke, there is no joke!
you're sympathizing with Doug. You're also a fan who is in duress, who is in pain, and thus you accept his pain as your own.
Or it's
you're
just,
laughing at these.
Or it's just funny to see a grown ass man like get ass mad. Take your pick.
You're getting so upset over a back credit card, which is such an unimportant
I
detail.
just said
and
that!
both ways, the joke works. Either you're laughing at the fans, or you're laughing because you're a fan and also in pain. But I don't think
it's pretty funny that you can predict everything he says, because it's like he doesn't have any like interesting insight as far beyond what anybody else would say whenever they're watching these videos.
I am just
That's why the joke works. I think the joke works for a very different reason. Because it's dumb, and because it's easily repeatable. Doug Walker's humor does not work because it's about someone suffering, or it's a reference to a movie. Doug Walker's best jokes work because they're easily repeated, and his entire style is about repetition. That is the big issue. It's not that Doug Walker is trapped, it's that his humor is all about repeating the same thing again and again and again and again.
Is it really?
You watch that Batman and Robin video, he does the same 5 or 6 gags throughout the whole video, and they start off funny, but he keeps doing it.
And seeing how this is one of the worst films of all time, special precautions have been made today to prevent me from myself. But they didn't count on my cyanide pills. So, let's take a look and see just how bad Batman and Robin really is.
Chicks dig the car. This is why Superman works alone.
No! No! Does not compute! Does not compute!
As they plan to stop the evil Mr. Freeze from, you guessed it, taking over the world.
Of course!
By using her love of deadly plants, Poison Ivy's diabolical goal is to, you guessed it, take over the world.
Of course!
The only thing that would make this scene lamer is if Robin actually shouted Cowabunga. Seriously, this place is so cliche, and all you need is a strike of lightning on the building. Sheesh, all that's missing is for Freeze to shout out first Gotham, then the world.
First Gotham, and then the world!
I think the only thing missing here is for Poison Ivy to shout out curses. Go ahead, say it! Say it! Say it!
Curses!
God damn this movie! A bat credit card.
So basically, like, there's freak out jokes.
Okay,
and he
so
doesn't
his,
like that.
So his big criticism is that he has running gags. So what?
This is mostly from the same review too, so I think it was only like a big running gag in that review. So yeah.
They gave him a bat credit card? A bat credit card? A bat credit card?
What exactly is so ridiculous and anger-inducing about a bat credit card?
Shut up, Light.
And he doesn't repeat the joke too often. He just drags it out for way, way, way too long.
Really? Because they seem
What are
pretty
they gonna
quick in
talk
all the
about?
clips you gave.
Oh, my favorite topic.
Whoa, I didn't
That's
take
funny
Ant for a
joke.
pothead.
Did Simon the Chipmunks just say marijuana? What? What does that sign?
See, this is his problem. He always just drives jokes into the ground.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. You're going on too long.
That's the problem.
He did that even back then. Even back then. Oh my god, he always drags that
Nitpicking.
joke way too long. He thinks that's funny, but it's not. It's painful.
Yeah, it was a good joke. I snickered, and then he keeps going. We get it.
Yeah, like, dude, you
He's
had
so
a
pleased with
punchline.
himself.
Yeah.
I remember.
So pleased with himself.
You know what?
Christ,
I remember
they're getting
distinctly because I actually
ass-mad
joined
over
their pay
this.
thing to get like behind the scenes.
We don't like his humor, damn it.
He's
We
so-
want everybody to know
We
it.
want TikTok humor. We want 10-second jokes.
Stuff back in the day, and I would listen to the commentaries by him and Rob, and they were doing one on Dungeons and Dragons, and Doug was doing that stupid voice the entire thing, and his brother was desperately trying to tell him to stop in the most polite way possible, and he would not take the fucking hint.
Yeah,
You know,
that-
the Jeremy Irons, show me your evil voice, you know.
So, funny story with this particular review. One time I made a comment on it, and somebody was basically like telling me how evil this review was, that it was insulting movie makers and everything. You know, the stuff you get on Twitter nowadays.
Yeah.
But, I made a comment, and so I just responded. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I think it's all in good fun. Like, I think it's fine to like make fun of bad movies and stuff. And they're just like, they made some ominous threat to me where they're like, you think it's funny now, but you won't find it funny in the end. I was just like, what does that mean? I feel like this is like what a supervillain says before they like swear vengeance on somebody.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
That he wouldn't stop, and Rob is like desperately trying to drop massive hints on his head that it's not fucking funny.
Rob's not funny or talented either. He pretty much mooches off of his brother.
Listening to that commentary was like secondhand embarrassment.
Two things happen. One, repeat a joke too many times, stops being funny. Heard it before. It's already old hat. The jokes go on for so long, but that adds to the ingrainment in your head, the mimetic quality of it. Doug Walker is successful because of memes, not simply because
Ant has never heard of the concept of running gags before.
Yeah, he's just like, oh no, if you ever have to repeat a joke, it's bad. Because I've already explained that joke. And so how could you do it again? We have to analyze the joke for 30 seconds after we hear it. I probably pause the video.
memes you see online, but the idea behind a meme, that if you repeat something enough times...
I feel like if we were... Imagine going to like a comedy show with Ant and like somebody tells, the comedian tells a joke, everybody laughs, and then he's just like sitting at your table, he's like, oh, that's funny because it subverted what we were perhaps expecting in that story. But it's and then he like obviously has a couple of his random flubs that he always has. And then as he's fucking explaining it for 10 minutes, you're just like, shut the fuck up, just laugh.
Yeah.
Start slapping him in the face.
Briscoe, is Anthony trying to fuck this purple-haired cartoon? Probably. I don't know, man. Everyone in that sphere is trying to fuck everyone. Let's just put it that way.
God, as we learned from what was that? Fake news Kyle Katarn and what was the other one? Yeah.
And he also wants to fuck Louise Julie and Molly Damon.
Nice. I bet he wants to get a Star Wars Meg too, assuming that's probably a guy as well.
Probably Bendu too, yeah.
Oh God.
Kyle Katarn wants to fuck
He's like
everyone.
Bendu, more like bend over.
Oh, yeah.
It becomes part of the common language, the visual language, the accepted language of the mind.
The accepted language of the mind.
What's
Jesus
that even
Christ.
mean?
He's a YouTuber. He's not controlling your brain, Ant. I know you want that to be true, but it's just not how it
he
works.
thinks Doug Walker is like Yu-Gi-Oh! He's like, I activate my face-down spell card, brain control! That's a real Yu-Gi-Oh! card,
Mind
by the way.
crush!
Yeah, no, John, that's a real Yu-Gi-Oh! card, by the way. That's why I've said it.
Brain control.
Look it up right now. If you don't believe me, look it up right now.
I believe you. I just find it funny that
I
it's
know.
a card.
Look up the card anyway. It's got really good art. I want to advertise it real quick.
Oh,
It
you
needs
mean
to
like
get-
on the screen?
Yeah,
okay.
it gets some advertised. It needs its advertising because it's fucking banned and no one can use it in tournaments anymore. There it is, right there. You think?
Oh, wait, was this like an early one? I feel like I've seen
Yeah,
this
it's a Duel Monsters Zero card. Yeah.
Okay, I might have had this. I only bought like the almost like a Gen 1er with fucking
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! too.
Ant thinks that like Doug Walker is doing this to everyone. Yeah.
Looks like they're about to massage the brain.
Yeah. By paying 800, hang on, John. By paying 800 of my life points, I can target one of your friends and make them media literate. Anyway, moving on. I'm done.
My God.
Yeah.
Because he did it so often, and he didn't stop doing it. How many times did Casper the Friendly Ghost show up randomly, saying, "Timing"? You know, that kind of joke isn't really funny.
He literally makes
out
fun of
context.
that he
It's
ran the
just a
joke into the
reference
ground.
to a joke that was funny. But because it was done so often and so repetitively, the joke became a meta joke. It became a meme.
I love the dramatic pause.
And that was where he derived his humor from.
Became.
And that memory of a funny joke is what made fans at the time think the review was funny.
Who are you, Colonel
In my
Campbell
opinion.
AI?
But that's
It's like we know what
where the
needs
problem
are.
comes in, doesn't it?
He's just like, people are laughing at a funny new Nostalgia Critic video in like 2010 or something, and Ant just like walks up to the group. He's like, don't you guys understand? You're only being brain controlled by the repetitious nature of the joke. He's ingrained himself in your brain. They're just like, shut up, nerd, and they give him a fucking swirly.
Yeah, Ant did not get bullied
Go
enough
like
in high
TDR.
school. I say that about a lot of people, but Ant absolutely was Ant. He did not get bullied enough in high school. I should have gone to his high school.
They actually thought he was retarded, so they didn't want to beat the shit out of him. He's just like, oh, nobody can have this retarded of takes. I'm sorry, you go back to your special class. And he's like, I'm not retarded, shut up.
These simple jokes are best when they're simple. You know, they're easy to repeat, context is easy to
Yeah,
establish.
simple,
The more you
stupid.
layer on meaning, the harder
I
it
can
is to be
handle the
funny.
stupid
The
man
more
stuff.
He's making fucking PowerPoint presentations in college about the nature of humor and Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm here to explain the Bat credit card joke. Here's my 30-minute presentation. They're just like, the professor's just like, oh no, we lost power. Anyways, class dismissed.
ideas you present, the more difficult it is to communicate something clearly. This is one reason why I think Doug's
His
best
ideas
reviews
aren't
were the commercial.
fucking- His jokes really aren't that complex. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, dude, it's just fucking simple. Like, gee, The Simpsons has pretty simple humor a lot of times. It's like jokes that only make sense in context, or they're running gags or something like that. It's fucking, and that's lauded as like comedy genius with like, you know, seasons probably like 3 through 8 or so. It's just like, dude, not everything has to fucking change the world. Sometimes it is just silly humor. Whenever Conan O'Brien is at a Chinese restaurant, he's working at a Chinese restaurant in this one skit, and he starts going, he's taking the phone call, and he goes, okay, hang on, I'll check. Do we have rice? And he yells it out to all the fucking people. Like, is that a terribly... We need to analyze the joke, and you're just gonna call it racist, I know, but like, it's fucking funny. Like, it's making fun of a cultural stereotype, because it's, yeah, well, anyways, I'm not gonna do what you do. We all get it. We all get it, because it's a well-told joke.
Videos. Each commercial is short, simple, communicates a very simple idea, relies itself on mimetic imagery, and it does so.
And he's literally going the TikTok route. It's like, keep it short and digestible so the audience doesn't get like fucking confused or whatever the hell.
These are great videos, by the way. Like,
Yes.
the first few commercial specials, especially, he digs up some old shit that like is really funny. The fucking 90s commercials, the big boner and stuff.
Yeah, the
and-
Wonder Boner. I remember that one.
Yeah. I love my Wonder Boner.
Yeah, Briscoe. I really miss the days when we didn't have to say British cigarette to describe this fruitcake. Yeah.
To sell a product.
I mean, I might believe that wasn't intentional if they don't drop any more innuendos.
The Wonder Boner. My wife would like that.
Doug didn't have to say a lot. He just had to respond to what was happening on screen and go, well, isn't that strange that's happening? The jokes weren't complicated.
No, he did a lot more than that. Even in the short clip you just showed, like, what are you talking? He didn't just sit there and go, "Oh, that happened." You're talking about Marvel humor, you idiot.
Yeah.
They came very easily, and thus they played very well into Doug's natural.
They came very easily, much like me when Lindsay Ellis.
King and I, he had like a history book about the real king and was talking about, is the movie going to respect that? And then he cut to something that was clearly, blatantly, historically inaccurate. And he was just smiling, tosses the book aside, shoots off screen, a bunch of pages come fluttering down. It's like, that's a good joke. That's a good joke right there. He would just do more like quick things like that.
Yes, we get it. You have the same criticism for everything.
Doug went to more complicated gags.
Yeah, this was stupid because it was later on. Yes.
Sequences. Even before demo reveal, his quote-unquote final review, the one of Scooby-Doo they did before To Boldly Flee, it ends with an extended gag referencing Star Trek The Next Generation's ending, its last episode's ending.
Spoilers.
You were always welcome.
Beverly's like, it's okay, I'm gonna bang you.
Yeah.
You were always welcome.
If you've never seen Star Trek, this scene means nothing to you. You know, it
Who
does.
the hell hasn't heard of that? I mean, it's an iconic ending.
You also don't have to get every reference.
I fucking hate Star Trek. Even I get that. Like, oh.
But if you have seen Star Trek, you know what it references. But even then, it's not funny. It's not a funny scene. It's
not for you.
Dude, okay, dude.
There's no joke here beyond.
The only way like this criticism of Doug's humor can be relevant is if Doug is like referencing something super duper obscure that like 99% of the YouTube viewership like has never heard of. Like if I drop like a fucking reference towards shit like John, if you reference like say Metal Gear Solid Ghost Babel, like that super obscure Game Boy Color Metal Gear game, like I criticize you for that, but you're not. It's like everybody knows this fucking ending. You picked the wrong fucking thing to like say here. Doug always goes for like the super mainstream normie shit. This is a bad fucking example you're using here, man.
Oh, and even so, even if somebody like doesn't get a reference, like that doesn't inherently ruin the joke. First of all, it can still like work on its own in a lot of instances, but also like maybe they'll kind of be like I've had this a couple times whenever I watch videos and somebody makes a reference or they're clearly doing something that's a reference and I'm like, I wonder what that's referencing, and then I'll kind of like, you know, I'll Google just the general details of it afterwards that were presented in the joke. And then I'll usually like find something, and I'll be like, "Oh shit, I didn't know that existed," or whatever, you know. It's
no, John, you have to, like Ant said earlier in his Linkara section, you have to handhold your audience and make sure they're all up to speed before you can do anything interesting in the fucking video. Obviously.
That format would be more acceptable if the internet didn't exist. Like if we're talking like if somebody was somehow making YouTube videos in the 80s or 90s and they were like posting this shit on, you know, probably public access television or whatever, then he could criticize them and go, "Oh, why didn't they explain these aspects?" It's like, no, we have fucking Google, Ant. Like, or we can just, it's probably going to be in the comments. There'll probably be somebody who goes like, "What was that all about at such and such timestamp?" And they'll be like, "Oh, it's referencing this," and somebody will link them.
It's like you're a true fact. Google it.
You can fucking, people will find shit all the time.
Now that's
Star Trek did this,
now that's
which
an
isn't inherently very funny.
reference I don't expect many people to get.
Ooh, fact shit.
Yeah, anyway.
I didn't even know that you were referencing something there because it was a fairly generic phrase.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm referencing a
sense.
very specific episode of a very specific reality show. But yeah, anyway. Moving on.
There's a scene later on, I think with the Titanic reviews, where Doug Walker is just dressed as Darth Vader and he repeats the "no" scene from Revenge of the Sith. That's not funny. It's just a reference.
Yes.
The mimetic humor that Doug incorporates works internally because his jokes are particularly simple. When he's using mimetic imagery in reference to things his audience may or may not recognize, however, it becomes far harder to communicate a joke, because quite frankly, it doesn't land if you don't get the reference.
If you have to explain a joke, there is no joke.
I literally just said that about
repeating things as funny as funny. That's not enough.
Ripping
This is why a lot of parody films struggled for a very long time.
I love how he had the gall to use that clip after he's been explaining jokes this entire fucking video and saying how, "Oh, it's not funny because I have to explain it."
Time. Because they relied purely on, oh, hey, I recognize this. Even ignoring Disaster Movie, which is undeniably one of the worst parody films ever made, the movies would just reference other movies, and that wasn't really funny all that much. Take Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein, they are funny, but that's because they work as films. The humor is not derived necessarily from, oh, hey, that's the prop.
Hey, you like old Mel Brooks
Which
films.
it was. Neuweiler and Mel Brooks did bring actual set pieces from the original 1930s Frankenstein into Young Frankenstein. This is something you will never pick up on. You just might think, oh, that looks like a mad scientist laboratory. That's not relevant to the joke. It doesn't draw attention to itself because the scene works as a scene when they're in that laboratory. They are visual references.
And Young Frankenstein look boring here. That is a feat, man.
To use Frankenstein, but only in the biggest, most broadest ways. They are scenes that are copied, like, say, the blind man in the cabin Frankenstein comes to visit. But the scene works not because, oh, hey, it's the blind man from Frankenstein. It's because the scene is authentically a funny gag where a blind guy keeps hurting the monster. And that works for that reason. Same with Blazing Saddles.
You're ruining the scene. You're fucking over-explaining.
It's because it's a Western. It's funny because it's a good story that takes place in a historical period of time. And it's visually very funny. There's a lot of good gags, a lot of good humor. And you get the humor. You've never seen a Western before.
Joy out of these films, man.
You ever see the What We Do in the Shadows TV series?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know there's like the what's the one vampire called? It's the guy in the glasses who he sucks like the soul out of everybody by talking to them like extremely
the energy
boringly.
vampire, yeah. I know the guy. I don't know his name, but I know the guy, yeah.
Yeah, Ant is basically that, but in real life with like YouTube videos. He's like he just sucks the fun and charisma out of everything. He's just like this is a thing that I love. And then he's just like, here's how you cannot enjoy it anymore because I'm going to explain how I enjoy it. It's just like,
Ant is sex-splaining everything.
Or he's Buzz Killington from Family Guy. Just put him over top of that character in Family Guy where he just enters the room and everybody groans.
Yeah. It's like, it's like, shut up, Ant. Yeah.
He could literally be like fucking Sydney Sweeney and he would just show up in the middle of it and be like, here's why this is pleasurable for you. And you'd instantly lose your boner somehow.
Be a bigger boner killer than The Last Jedi, yeah.
Sydney Sweeney just dries up like a fucking desert as soon as he enters the room.
Yeah.
Get Doug Walker's to boldly flee jokes,
And,
unless
John,
you've seen 50 other movies and 100 reviews. They just don't stand on their own, which is why the humor does not translate well, especially removed from the original review. It doesn't communicate anything to anyone anymore. Mimetic humor only works if you're familiar with the meme. The moment the meme dies away, you just look at the image and go, what is this? Like, try showing a TikTok kid the has cheeseburger cat. Like, yeah, it's a cute cat, but it doesn't mean anything to them because it's divorced from any meaning that you could possibly have. It's a dead meme. And Doug Walker's...
Well, that doesn't have anything to do with your point because that wasn't referencing anything. That stood on its own. So in theory, you'd be able to show it to anyone at any time. And it would be just as funny as it was, you know, at whatever time. It wasn't referencing something timely. That was a pretty generic joke that you just referenced.
Yeah.
It's not like it was referencing like the Bush administration. And so like in 20 years, nobody's going to get it. It's just like a generic meme.
Like, hey guys, get a load of this internet meme of like Grumpy Cat right here. This is what it's a reference to. That's an old ass reference for people.
They made a movie off of that, you know.
I know, it was ass.
With what's her place, Aubrey Plaza. That was good casting for the voice. Yeah.
Somebody's style is dependent on memes that will one day die. And the further you get from that meme, the less funny it gets, which is why all of this humor.
Made them up. It's like again, it's like Ants has Ants like ever used like someone like a joke someone else or the internet came up with? I don't think so. It's like all his jokes are his own.
Does he tell jokes?
No, I mean like Doug's running gags. Like I'm pretty sure he makes. I'm pretty sure everything he does, every joke he retells, is something he came up with.
Yeah, because he would discover shit like in Street Fighter, the whole "of course."
Yeah.
You know, that was like this little meme that he made that popular.
Yeah.
Like,
he's
the first person he ever saw.
It's still used today. Like, people
Yeah.
still reference it, you know, probably because, you know, Raul Julia was the best thing in that movie, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Or even oh god, what's his face? Christopher Lloyd. I knew it was a Christopher. I couldn't think of
I
the
was
last name.
frozen today!
Yeah. Yeah, so there's all sorts of, and you know, I can actually come from this very informed because, as I said, I discovered Nostalgia Critic and I fucking was just binging him, like, because I listen to a lot of shit while I'm working, and so I just need something that can like play in the background and work as just an audio thing. And so I'm not watching the clips or anything a lot of times, but I caught up on him during the pandemic when I was super busy working, but nobody was making new shit because they were all like locked up and trying to adjust. And so I was just like finding old internet shit and binging and catching up on things that I never had a chance to. And one of them was Nostalgia Critic because he had like a gazillion episodes. And so people made playlists or whatever. And so all the old memes and shit, they worked for me in 2020. That was like 13, 12 years, whatever, after the fact. And so it's like, hey, actually, you didn't need to be there at the time because I laughed at it and I was watching it like in modern time. So your whole assertion is fucking wrong here, Ant. And I know because I experienced it much later.
Was emblazoned with a big old expiration date after demo reel because all of his humor after that point, not all, but I'd say 70% of his jokes became dated. The moment they were released, they were dated. And that would be even if the jokes were good, which they just weren't.
Like
All the jokes was references to other pieces of media.
The first episode of Demo Reel begins with something that had never been done before.
I never watched this series.
A parody of The Sixth Sense. A girl portraying a young Haley Joel Osment is in bed and tells Doug Walker that she sees dead people. And then in a stroke of comedic genius, Doug Walker shows up again to play Beetlejuice in the scene because the height of comedy is when things from one franchise appear in another franchise. But like with all good jokes, one isn't enough, so you have to remember the Doug Walker comedy rule of 5.
Holy shit, the failure of channel. Oh my god. How long does this go on?
Appear like a poorly aged ghost dad appearance, Casper, meaning that this new series is already starting out with a callback to the Nostalgia Critic, and finally culminating in the Ghostbusters lightning bolt exploding into the room to take down the ghosts. The Ghostbusters shoot all the ghosts, and then Doug Walker, because Doug Walker's character is
this fucking sketch sucked.
No
The
attempt to
series
make Doug
sucked.
Walker look like Bruce Willis, and then credits roll to the sound of Doug Walker doing a Randy Newman impersonation. And you can tell that this is a Randy Newman impression because Doug makes sure to sing a line. This is your good old friend Randy saying boo. Like Randy Newman is obviously known to do.
They weren't funny gags, which is depressing to say, because I laughed at a lot of Doug Walker's old jokes. Because, oh hey, I recognize that thing, it's funny. A lot of Doug Walker's humor also now derives on, well that just happened. But because Doug repeats the joke so often and doesn't know when to cut it off, it just goes on and on and on, and it's no longer the snappiness of the, well, that just happened style of humor that sometimes works with the MCU.
It doesn't work.
Well,
it doesn't fucking work. That's the laziest humor of the
Doug Walker doesn't
MCU.
follow a rule of 3. He follows a rule of 17. I know Lady Emily in her video was like, oh, well, Doug Walker follows a rule of 5. You're being too kind. He keeps going and
All right, we get it.
until the...
He has been, speaking of repeating, I don't know if he's trying to be meta here or something.
Yeah.
I feel like they have been ranting about him having jokes go on too long or having jokes repeat too much for the last, about almost 20 minutes now. It's like he is just belabored at this point into the ground.
Way to be a
so
hypocrite, Ant.
Yeah. World implodes around him. But let's stop talking about Doug Walker's humor. We've established...
Thank God.
And it does...
No, we haven't established that. We've established that you don't like running gags. That is the same point you've been belaboring
Oh,
this
that's a
entire
good
time.
thumbnail right there. Let me get that shit right there. Hold on.
Please, that's whenever Lindsay's below camera,
Yeah.
doing some work.
He looks fucking baked in this scene, because now we know for a fact that Ant is a pothead. Briscoe, do you think Ant still shits his pants? He shits his pants when it comes to me, Briscoe. He certainly does. Anyway, moving on. Next. John?
Sorry, I had to grab something real quick.
Alright.
Nobody in the chat was asking me questions. Wow, I'm very offended, Briscoe. What the fuck?
Briscoe, ask John a question right the fuck now.
It'll be like, in the third Ratchet and Clank game, what's the best weapon to use on this planet?
Yeah.
For the most part, he will occasionally have a good joke, but let's step away from humor. Doug Walker is the nostalgia critic, right? How is he as a critic? Well, going back to his early reviews, it's very clear that Doug Walker
doesn't go in depth enough.
He's just riffing on movies, and that's what he's best at.
Yes.
He's best when he's just commenting on a film and going, "Oh, well, that's."
Do you know what that's like, Ant? Are you capable of having fun when you watch movies?
No.
Or are you thinking about the ramifications of whatever the fuck you'll say to someone who's never going to hear you?
Yeah.
Because it feels like you cannot have fun just riffing on movies.
Goofy.
This is Rose. I mean Elizabeth. She's excited to be on Titanic, except for one tiny little detail.
These are hilarious, by the way. They made 3 animated Titanic
I
sequels.
know, right?
Fucking familiar!
Why did this happen? Doesn't make any sense. Very lighthearted, very easy to follow, not too in-depth. As established with Lindsay Ellis, Lindsay Ellis is a critic. She's diving into the context, why the film was made a certain...
Yeah, because she's a pretentious ass like you. He's not trying to delve... Do you really want him delving into why or why not an animated fucking rip-off Titanic movie that was clearly made to just riff off the success of James Cameron's Titanic movie? Do you really need him to dive into that? I think we all see why it's shit. Like, we don't need everything explained to us. Oh my god.
Way, what messages it communicates, the themes, the ideas. Doug Walker rarely does that. He mainly focuses on the Watsonian perspective, how the story functions internally, and as such, he kind of stops at a certain point. But there are a few exceptions. I want to
No, see, you can tell by his tone and how he's talking that he views Watsonian as very bad.
Yes.
Like, you should never just talk about it in the story. He goes, but there's a few exceptions, and these are the ones that I like. And it's like, dude, first of all, you're acting like there's only like so many critics that can have their thoughts on you. There's a million fucking assholes like you that are gonna go way too in depth and are gonna, go everything, 100 times microscope details and think about all the meta social implications and all that shit. If people want that, they can find it. Sometimes people just want to fucking relax and clown on a movie. Jesus Christ.
Like I said on another stream, but I would legit hate movie night at Ant's house. That'd be like absolutely torture.
God. It's just like he's acting like, I don't know, it's some sort of a zero-sum equation where it's like, if nostalgia critics should do everything, he wants everybody to be the fucking same critic, I think is the real problem I have with it. So he's like, you have to analyze movies like this, you have to make these types of jokes, you have to do all this, because otherwise it's bad. It's like...
We got John, finally, Briscoe finally asking you some shit. John, what game are you playing next?
Well, I'll probably actually play Superman Returns next, because I'm going to grift on the Superman algorithm, and then I'll play Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver, because I have both of those PS2 games now. And so once I'm done with the latest Medal of Honor, I'll probably jump into those while we're in between those two movies to fucking take advantage of the algorithm.
John, your load of like in progress playthroughs is stacking up, man.
I know. I'm gonna finish European Assault. The Medal of Honor games aren't that long, so I'm able to.
Yeah, not only that, you also gotta finish Ace Attorney. You also gotta finish Expedition 33.
Dude,
like...
I know. Fucking games keep coming out too, but I have most of summer until is there some Chinese game that's coming out? But anyways, yeah, I'll get back to Ace Attorney after that.
We got John. All right, John, what's your favorite Nostalgia Critic episode or review?
Ooh, that's a good one. I mean, The Wizard is really good, where he makes fun of the kid going to California and shit. And then, oh man, I mean, I want to say I'd probably have a very generic answer and say the Batman and Robin one, because he has a really funny bit in that where he's playing the Bat family, like talking through Freeze's plan, and they're like, oh, but if he gets to the other side of the Earth, and the satellites will light up, and then the sun will come down, and it just keeps cutting back to Doug, like, looking around really confused as they ramble through this fucking plot.
Yeah.
Like, and he's just, like, holding his head, and then at the end of it, he's just like, what?
Yeah.
It's so fucking poignant. It's like that movie is such a mess. He just had way too much material to work with.
Yeah.
That ghost movie. Oh god, The Haunting. Because Catherine Zeta-Jones is in it, and he just keeps making fucking pervy jokes about her. He's like, Catherine Zeta-Jones, you will be mine.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson getting scared in the movie. He has like one of the longest, most drawn out, speaking of overdrawn jokes, where he's just like, oh, somebody scares him, and he spends like 30 seconds to a minute just like catching his breath afterwards. Like it's like cheap little jump scare, and he's just like, ah, oh, oh. And the other guy's like, are you okay? And he's just like, ah, yeah. Oh, just give me a minute.
It's like that family. It's like that Family Guy fucking gag where Peter breaks his leg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And the Nostalgic is just like, dude, it was scared. Get the fuck over it. It's just like berating him.
Yeah.
There's a few of those, and they're all like the older ones. You'll notice, like that was where he would have long jokes, but it was a lot of times intermingled with clips of the movie, and so it would still work despite what Ant's saying.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Highlight them right now. I'd say Doug Walker's best review to this day. When it was, and again,
Oh boy, let's see if he matches up with
really
mine.
Badly made, like The Room, for example, which is like an iconic review. But I think his best review is that of Patch Adams.
Patch
I think when he
Adams,
reviewed
really?
Patch Adams, he kind of started to touch upon really analyzing media from a more critical standpoint.
Still has a brain. Maybe he wants to participate.
Really? Just because it's the most serious one, you're gonna say it's the best? That's so boring.
He knows a lot more than we give him credit for.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe we should treat him like a person instead of just some useless punchline.
How much taller is Will Chamberlain than you?
Our healer, everybody! When he's not done making fun of what's wrong with you, he goes down to the orphanage to mock the kids with no parents. Oh, wait, that's right. Adams is the hero because the big bad establishment doesn't want people laughing. This is
It's funny that Ant likes this one because a lot of people made fun of. I looked through the comments of this one when I remember whenever I was doing my watch, because I thought he was being a little bit nitpicky here, where he's just like, oh, it's too offensive. He's offending the mental patients, you know, all that sort of stuff. And a lot of people were saying, like, what are you doing? You're insulting Robin Williams. It was like after Robin Williams had died and shit. So it's just like, what are you doing? Why are you insulting? You know, it's still a fucking funny movie.
I think his discussion of the real Patch Adams versus the fake Patch Adams, the fictional version by Robin Williams, it really communicates an idea of, hey, this actually upset him quite deeply. This is actually disturbing. This is not right. This
Are you
is
sure about that?
Not correct.
Because Ant deemed that he was being authentic here. So just like with the Spoony thing, he's going to say that this is legit. Whereas all the rest of his criticisms must have just been made up to be a grifter. 'Cause that's what he always says anytime he doesn't like something. It's just, it's fake. They made it up. They don't really feel this way. Blah, blah, blah.
Also,
his work
like,
is fascinating, and it goes beyond
also,
simple.
I'd sooner point to like his Secret of Nim 2 review more than this review right here, because like John, you brought up earlier, he loves that movie, and he fucking hated the sequel to it. You know what I'm saying? I remember it.
With the brother or something that was
the whiny ass brother, where it's like I can't believe like we're foisting all our hopes on like this one character who is in like one like 2 seconds of the original movie or some shit like that.
Like jumping around like a jackass. He's a professional. He takes his patients seriously.
Yeah,
he works with each
half
one
his hair has
individually.
died.
Every experience is different. He works hard. And wouldn't you know it, he didn't like this movie very much. He said it portrayed him as just a clown instead of a hard-working doctor who did practice medicine with a...
I mean, look, Patch Adams, you sound like a great guy, but I'm sorry, Robin Williams is gonna be Robin Williams in a movie.
Yeah.
Like, you should have known.
Yeah.
He's not exactly, I mean, I know he did some serious films as well, like 1 Hour Photo and all that, which, speaking of dated films, nobody's gonna understand that one
No
anymore.
one's gonna know that.
But,
I don't even know that
These kids
film.
Oh, well, it was all about, it was like a creepy kind of horror movie where he works at the, I think it's Walmart, the photo development
Oh yeah, now makes
department.
sense. It's a horror
Like,
movie, yeah.
where you bring in your disposable camera or something and you have to have the film developed. Like, that's why
Yeah.
I'm saying nobody will get it anymore, because now you just take the fucking photos on your phone and
Yeah.
print them out at home if you want.
Yeah.
License, did not steal from a hospital, and had a male best friend who sadly lost his life and was not just a cheap romantic foil.
When you've had a fairly simple film made of your life by a person a bit shorter than you, people still feel they have a sense that they know you.
And that's where he kind of touched on something more interesting. with the Haunting video, where he goes into the Haunting, he analyzes why the Haunting, the remake of the Haunting, doesn't function. It tries to accomplish something different than the original film.
It's one of the worst remakes of all time, if not the worst. I mean, when you get down to it, what's The Haunting about?
It's about family.
No, it's not. It's about family. It's about being scared.
I was just gonna say it was the proto Fast and Furious.
It's scary. The original is scary. There's no cartoon ghosts, dumbass subplots, or Disney-style good versus evil scenarios. It's just a...
John?
Example of that Doug Walker can.
Notice how I didn't give the same examples as him. I don't really care that he compares it to the original.
I think critical analysis of, say, Stephen King's body of work, even
like, there's a lot of funny jokes in the Haunting review.
Hello,
of course,
John?
he probably wouldn't like the Catherine Zeta-Jones ones because that's sexism or whatever. Because it's the male gaze and everything. He probably would say that's the worst part.
John, you're a horrible video gamer.
Oh my!
I was like some really weird shit. I lagged for a minute there. Like, what the hell? It's like I lagged, and then all of a sudden it's like, can you hear me? It's like some weird.
Oh, sorry.
Shit. Yeah. Oh my god. Fucking weird, man. Anyway.
So could you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. It's like I don't know what the hell. I don't know why you weren't hearing me, but anyway.
Oh, okay. What were you saying?
I called you a horrible video gamer.
Oh, no, I heard that part.
Yeah, no, I was just calling you out. It's like, John, can you hear me? I think I'm lagging or whatever. Anyway, we can continue.
Ridiculous, because he just kind of boils down to tropes and ideas and makes. Oh, hey, isn't it funny how Stephen King sets his books in Maine? Like, yeah, everyone knows that. That's not particularly insightful information, Doug. Oh, Stephen King's endings are bad. Yeah, Stephen King himself says that.
You want me to sign it for you?
Nah, I didn't like the ending.
So it's like this is kind of going okay. That observation on itself isn't particularly good.
Oh, gee, you're really going to get on people for making observations that everybody's already made, Ant? Because you don't want to go down that road, my friend.
Yeah,
your videos are...
yeah, especially since John called you out for making the exact same observation in Batman and Robin everyone's made about Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy working together because ice and plants don't mix.
Yeah, dude, this guy is the most generic, like, filtered through 36 things takes that you've ever seen. Like, he only says things that have already been said in other videos.
Yeah.
Because he's always so fucking meta, I think is why, where he's like doing all of his analysis based off other analyses, so he can only repeat and like conglomerate them.
Yeah.
Why?
And also, Doug doesn't linger on these jokes. He whenever he's talking about like, oh, it always takes place in Maine, like that's part of a larger skit where he's doing the Stephen King drinking game.
Yeah.
So he's acknowledging that it's like a common criticism. It's all part of it. He's giving me a look right now. He's like, how dare you criticize
John?
But it's like, it's always like a quick, really, for all the criticism that he's done of, oh, he belabors the point, like this is like really quick 2-second jokes where he's like, oh, it always takes place in Maine. Ha, take a shot. Like, that's literally the whole extent of the joke.
Right.
And he's like, he's acting like he's making a big skit off of it or something.
It's significant his endings are bad. Why does he write his endings like that? Well, Stephen King has mentioned multiple times that he writes
need to go in that
kind of spur of consciousness, that he writes them through a stream of consciousness style.
I don't need Nostalgia Critic to explain that to me.
And he does edit, he does refine, like, but his endings are usually the last thing he works on, and usually he's refined so much.
Do I really want the Nostalgia Critic It review is great. I'm gonna say that. Go back. That's one of his really old ones. He's still fresh and everything. Throwing this explanation and shit in there would have made it way, way worse.
Yes.
Please don't ever do this.
Yeah.
Don't pull a George Lucas and try and go back and re-edit it, Doug.
Yeah.
If you see that. He's like, allow me to explain why that joke is perhaps insensitive to Mr. King. You see, he makes his endings with stream of consciousness. It's like, shut the fuck up, just make the joke.
You know, sometimes he has a good idea. Like with Cujo, for example, he has no.
Oh, Jesus.
He was on drugs the whole time. If you want me to do a Stephen King video, like a full Stephen King video, I will, but I'll get that later.
Then shut the fuck up right now.
Doug Walker's critical observations usually very surface level. And look, some of the movies that Doug Walker reviews, they are bad. Like, why would anyone... Like Food Fight, for example. That movie's just inherently terrible. There's nothing about that film that's artistically valuable.
Why would anyone what?
The movie. And you can easily go and point, why is this happening? And that's where Doug Walker's critical analysis of riffing works best. He can just point to something and go, hey, that's happening right now, and that's terrible.
Thank you for explaining the concept of riffing.
You know, that is where he exceeds at, because his incredulous, loud response to everything is a good reaction to the bizarre. Again,
I have deemed your reaction good. Jesus, dude. You take everything too seriously. You sound like the most unfun person that I've ever heard of.
Oh my god.
When it comes to more fun,
I can't believe this is a real person. I feel like he's playing a character.
Struggles.
Yeah.
I want to look at 2 reviews in particular. One very early in his career, one later, but relatively early as well. Early on, Doug Walker was kind of pressured into reviewing Pokemon the first movie. Even as a kid, I thought that review was terrible.
Why?
Because Doug Walker doesn't
It's an
understand
alright
Pokemon.
movie.
First of all, I
actually thought that his review of it was fine and funny because, like, I loved Pokemon as a kid and everything, but even I can acknowledge some of like the tears healing a stone person for some reason.
Deadass,
like there's some random shit in it, like and a lot of the humor. But the thing is, the Nostalgia Critic review of it, he acknowledges in the very beginning that he doesn't know Pokemon, that he doesn't get it. So it's not like he's coming at it from a dishonest angle at all, where he's like, oh, I'm gonna go in and ruin all these kids' childhoods. He says from the very beginning, he's just like, I don't get it, I'm not into it, but everybody wants me to review it, so I guess I'll do it. Like, so I kind of expect him to make a bunch of jokes where he doesn't get the reference or some shit.
Right. Also, Briscoe, what's up with Ant's mic? He's holding it. Simple as that. It's like, I don't know why. He just refuses to get a fucking mic stand. I swear to God, he does.
But don't you understand? I'm going to insult Doug Walker because he still uses this kind of microphone.
Yeah.
Even though he sounds the exact fucking same as me.
Yeah.
Pokemon as a kid. And for those of you who don't know what it's about, I can't help you, because nobody knew what the hell it was about. I guess there's these 3 kids who collect monsters that kind of look like Beanie Babies, except they kill one another. And
See, he's making very clear that he doesn't know shit about this. He's explaining it like how a parent would that saw their kid watch it one time.
Yeah. Beanie Babies that try to kill each other. Yeah.
Yeah. And even as someone who obviously knows the answer to those questions, I still find this funny. It's like, oh yeah, just somebody just looking in on this, it would be pretty fucking ridiculous. Like they're all fighting each other like dog fights or some shit.
Some shit like that. Nobody could follow.
So the Pokemon movie, in case you don't know, much like Doug's later reviews, the movie does not function on its own. You need to know context. But unlike Doug's reviews, which is just context for 50 jokes to get any of the humor, the Pokemon the first movie, it's more like watching an episode of a show late in the season, you know? You kind of go, okay...
Like Superman 2025.
Yeah.
I'm missing details I need to know. So you go in watching it and you're like, oh, I don't know who this character is, I don't know who Misty is, I don't know who Brock is, who's Pikachu, I don't care about that. So the problem there becomes context, right? It becomes knowing what's happening. And Doug didn't know anything. Now, rather than say watch the show for context, he watched the movie on its own and responded to it.
He wants him to watch the whole fucking show before he reviews the movie. Hang on.
Right? It becomes knowing what's happening. And Doug didn't know anything. Now, rather than say watch the show for context, he watched the movie on its own and responded to it on its own.
Yes, that's what makes half the fucking humor. He's just going in blind and he doesn't understand. Like, I even have seen another podcast do this, where they watched the last episode of some series and it was purely based on it's like
watching the last episode of Lost without seeing all of Lost.
It's like where the humor comes from is that I am so confused. Like, this series has gotten so deep in its own lore that if anybody just comes in blind, they're going to be utterly fucking baffled by what's going on. Like, obviously.
So when the hell did Ant become me? Because this is something I would say, like, hey bro, you got to start at the beginning, then work your way forward. That's something, no joke, I would say. When did Ant?
He hates lore, but he also wants Doug to know all the lore. Jobo's gonna ask us something. He says, so I must ask.
Oh, hey, Jobo. What's up? So I must ask. What do you want to ask, Jobo? Go ahead.
He's teasing. We'll keep watching Ant until he posts.
Alright.
Okay, that's fair. Got a lot of backlash, though, from Pokemon fans who are like, you're not fair to the movie, you're not really talking about this all that. Well, Doug Walker...
Well, those people are retarded. He said he didn't know anything.
Yeah.
The Mako thing is a great example of it. They made fun of Mako's voice in the TMNT CGI movie.
You didn't know who
Mako, the
Mako
actor,
is.
just recently passed away.
No one, okay.
From cancer, I believe, at that time. And
He
so,
had to mention he had to mention cancer to like really drive home how insensitive Doug Walker was.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't even hold that against him because it's like, yeah, he's not going to know the fate of every voice actor in a movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see how anybody could, like, legit...
Hell, I didn't even
like,
know who Mako was until after he died, so yeah.
Yeah, like, and he does, like, somebody just coming in blind. I think he was making fun of, like, how his voice sounded like he had, like, a bunch of packs a day of cigarettes because it's, like, that really, like, kind of raspy kind of deal. And so it's like, if he, honestly... him not knowing that is much better than if he had known it and had made fun of cancer or some shit. Like, I'm fine with him just like not knowing the medical condition of every actor that's involved in a movie that he reviews.
Yeah.
Making fun of his voice and making emphysema jokes don't age all that well. So
he
didn't
wow.
know. He tried to...
Why didn't he predict Mako's death?
Yeah.
You're right, Ant. That's totally...
Why didn't he waste time Googling shit instead of, you know, making his funny ass video? How dare he?
Oh my gosh.
How dare you, Doug? How dare you, Doug? How dare you not use Google?
Not only do we have to be sensitive to every group under the sun, but we also have to predict the future deaths of every actor and not make any jokes that could possibly be seen as in bad taste after that happens. It's like, Jesus Christ. You live your life on eggshells, I think, buddy.
Corrected it. He did course correct. He acknowledged his error there and then tried to poke fun at himself.
Yes, he made a joke about it.
That demonstrates a problem.
No, it doesn't. It makes... Oh, my God.
Which many other people had. But it also shows a blind spot. If Doug Walker doesn't know about it, he's not going to go out of his way to find out about it.
Good.
He's not going to do research. He's not going to do due diligence.
It's a casual... It's meant to be a review in and of itself. It's not meant to be a fucking video essay, dude. It's an asshole commentating on a movie.
Yeah.
Okay? That's like the whole premise of the series. It's not meant to be a super serious film study. I'm going to do 6 levels of research. I wrote college papers. I don't want every YouTube video to be a fucking college paper. You sound like the most unfun world that I've ever heard of.
MeDiA twice. Gets better, right? Cut to his return after to boldly flee. We get to his Sailor Moon video, which I think is
I know
just
a lot of
awful.
people hate
14-year-old girl acts stupid, uses magical powers to look slutty and
I'm sure if I've seen this one. Why was your landlord naked in the kitchen? You have to tell your mom to tell him not to do that. Very sinful.
Oh my God. Okay, well, he wasn't really naked. He was wearing a towel. He got out of the shower, but you get my gist. It's like, and my mom was in the kitchen with him, so either way, like, here it goes. Yeah. Which is fucking hilarious because, you know, my landlord is also Mom Cedar's ex-boyfriend. Damn! I fucking hate my landlord. I swear to God. Like, I've gotten into...
Shit just got real.
I shit you not. I've gotten into not 1, not 2, but 3 fights with him. I've gotten into physical fights.
I thought you were gonna start doing a LeBron James there. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 7. And then he won 2. Anyways.
Cat tells her how to fight crime because she's so stupid, surrounds herself with smarter girls that make her look even more stupid.
That's Sailor Moon.
What?
The formula you're describing is Sailor Moon.
Do they have a villain that keeps attacking the same town?
Yes.
Do they have a tedious romance with a magic boyfriend?
Yes.
Do they repeat the same animation? Worse than Hanna-Barbera. And it was successful?
It's one of the most popular animes of all time!
Eureka? Oh dear, well this is embarrassing.
Aside from the fact that he misrepresents the whole show as a collective whole, he
Oh,
only watched about
Ed
10
is gonna
episodes
get
of the show.
ass mad
Now,
because he's a Sailor Moon fan. He's ass mad here.
Look, I was like 1998, the original Toonami generation. Like, I was fucking 6 years old. That shit came out. It came out just after school. I watched Sailor Moon plenty. Everything he's described is absolutely true.
This is a really good space of ants. I'm taking this.
That's again, Lindsay Ellis is below camera there. She's,
Yeah.
you know, earning that praise.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So here's the joke that everybody in Ant's sphere or his way of thinking is they always make this joke about the Sailor Moon dub. The two characters that were lesbians in it were not lesbians. They were listed as like cousins or some
Haruka
shit.
and Michiru, yeah.
Yeah. So I guarantee you he's going to find a way to shoehorn that in.
Yeah.
And I'll give him kudos if he doesn't, but Jesus, it seems like they can never resist saying that dub was a complete travesty because of this one detail.
Yeah.
They didn't have lesbians when they could have.
It's a 200 episode series.
Well, yeah,
it's a
no shit, it's a
long-running
kid
series. I get
show.
you can't watch it all. However, even in those couple of episodes, he gets details wrong.
Here's a confusing scene. We see her walk by a poster of a young girl dressed exactly how she is dressed. Like it's from a movie or a show or something.
I wish I could be like Sailor V. She's so beautiful and smart. Something exciting's always happening in her life, not like mine.
So, what? A movie or TV industry got wind of this idea that coincidentally is exactly the same as what's going on right now? Does that mean that something like Transformers is a true story then? Because to be fair, my car has been giving me dirty looks.
Sailor Venus is a character, basically Sailor Venus, who is a Sailor Scout before Sailor Moon shows up. It's someone Sailor Moon looks up to. Doug Walker misinterprets this entirely and acts like it's some weird meta thing. Like it's like he
Yes,
doesn't
he doesn't
understand
know!
it computes him that, oh, there's just other Sailor Scouts, Sailor Senji, Sailor Soldiers out there.
Okay.
And in case you're wondering, yes, he does show footage of Sailor Venus later in the review and has no idea they're the same person. He then judges the whole show based on the formula of the first 10 episodes. That basic research would tell you that's not how the show goes. But he does do some research because he references Sailor
He's
Venus.
judging it based on what he saw.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that he disclosed what he saw and what he's judging it on. He's not trying to be deceptive or trying to pull like a Star Wars theory where he's like, I'm an expert on all this stuff, and you know, all he does is read the fucking wiki. Obviously, like that's where it becomes a problem and becomes dishonest.
Yeah.
If you just say, this is the only thing I've ever seen of this series, and now I'm going to commentate on it, I have no fucking problem with that.
Yeah.
It's like, as long as you don't go, I am an expert on this, and here, let me offer my commentary, and then turns out you've only watched 10 episodes, then yeah, then I would have a fucking problem.
Like if if someone like unironically thought that Thrawn has red skin, you can bet your ass I'd fucking make fun of it for that. Yeah. Anyway.
Neptune, both of which show much later on in the show.
Actually, things got kind of interesting with her characters, seeing how Uranus and Neptune were cousins in the show, but not in the Japanese version. No, in the Japanese version, they were a couple. Yeah, kind of funny how we can sex up our 14-year-olds all we want, but the idea of them being attracted to something that don't have a penis apparently was too much for American standards.
Doug.
So just to check. Okay.
Shay.
Okay.
Shay.
This is a point that I kind of actually like, so I'll give Doug that. What I find very frustrating.
Of course you would.
Of course you do.
Is the way he structures the formula.
I told you that they would mention it. That's so funny. You can predict it like
it's like Doug Walker, thank you so much for white knighting for the LGBTs. Thank you so much. But the rest of your bibliography is so sad.
As if the whole show is just them like ravenously scissoring the whole time. It literally like hardly even plays.
Hey,
in the
if
plot.
it was them ravenously scissoring, I'd watch it. Hell yeah.
Well, there are videos for that.
Nice.
Anyway. I'm sure.
Besides what the whole show's formula is based on the first 10 episodes.
I know there's more characters and more villains, but I specifically wanted to address the repeated formula that got Sailor Moon popular in the US, and why on earth it actually worked. And that formula, as I can figure out, is as such. Serena acts like a selfish idiot. Supportive friends pick up her slack. Beryl rubs Crystal Ball like a boob and sends Jedi out to create monster and/or device to obtain energy, using a marketing tool targeted towards vain suburbans. One of the scouts discovers the plan or falls for it herself. Transformation takes place via reused sexually confusing animation. Scout or scouts are
sexually confusing. I can tell you as a kid, I was not confused.
Yeah.
Trapped. Pratt in the Hat seems to get them out and do nothing else. Serena never figures out who he is. Uses her magic tiara that she should have used earlier instead of reusing more dialogue footage. Destroys.
Well, this is true for every anime ever. They always wait to pull out. I mean, Goku was the progenitor of this. Whenever he was always like, you know, oh, I'll fight you in my base form for a few episodes here. And, oh shit, now I gotta use Super Saiyan, I guess.
Villain, and goes back to being an idiot. So, yeah, just to double check again, why did this work?
Which is funny because the formula fundamentally shifts after episode 12, after they drop a freaking plane on Jadeite, and as the other Sailor Senshi are introduced into the plotline.
Okay, to be fair, I mean, like, 10 episodes is, I feel like, a large enough sample size. Like, wasn't there a lot of filler and shit in the anime compared to the manga and everything?
Probably, I don't
like,
know.
it probably got into the actual plot a lot faster, and so he said he was going to do 10 episodes. He did 10 episodes, and if it was that repetitious, like if I'm a kid watching and I'm seeing like this, like as a kid I didn't mind the formula because it was like, oh, there's some action and Tuxedo Mask is cool and stuff, is pretty much all I remember of that show.
John, Ant just responded to my Hassan Piker comment. He said, I don't have a particularly strong feeling either way about him.
I told you he wouldn't support him because he's afraid he's going to get arrested if he does.
Anyway.
Well, that was the most neutral response I feel like he's ever given you.
Yeah.
He didn't go like, oh, you have mental health problems. Why are you asking about Hassan Piker?
Yeah.
So episode 8 introduces Sailor Mercury. Episode 10 introduces Sailor Mars. The show changes fundamentally when Usagi is no longer the only protagonist. Again, this is where basic research comes in. Because he frames his entire show based
His research would have tainted his review. He's supposed to be going in fresh to the episodes. He's not supposed to have all this foreknowledge, and that would influence how he views the episodes. So honestly, what you're suggesting would make his review worse again. It's like you don't seem to understand. It's like a genuine reaction.
Different strokes for different folks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if I say I'm going in blind to this series, I should not do a bunch of wiki reading and fucking research on future episodes and everything before I do that. That would be dishonest of me. I wouldn't be going in blind. I'd be like, oh, I'm going in researched.
on how Usagi is in the first few episodes.
Most of the fight scenes require her being trapped or stuck in something for probably longer than is needed.
And Usagi changes.
Oh shit. Here, you want to
No, let's keep going. Why ask him?
All right.
A lot. Like, yeah, sure. Okay. The first couple of episodes, Sailor Moon does cry a lot. She is vulnerable. She isn't able to defend herself. But even 100 episodes later, she's diving into the bowels of an eldritch abomination greater than a solar system, winning, and coming back after breaking the cycle of life and death itself. This face has seen some shit, alright?
Okay.
And even before that, you have the fight with Queen
Boilers, and
this season, which again, Doug implies is basically the whole series, but she ends up beating Beryl with power enough to blow up a planet by the end of the first season.
Are you getting obsessed with power scaling and shit?
Moon, barring the first episode and up until episode 8, are some of the show's weakest episodes. I think the worst is the weight loss one, because it always bothers me when body shaming is incorporated in kids shows. I personally,
this is what, like the 6th or 7th time he's been offended by something in the media.
And to further clarify,
you enjoy anything.
Bad guy Underbarrel is a different tactic. While Jadeite tried to exploit popular opinion, and
I
all
don't.
that stuff,
I just analyze it.
Nephrite went to specific individual people and tried targeting their dreams to exploit them. Zoisite just tackled people who he thought were monsters and turned them into monsters. It changes even in the first season.
Sounds like he's in recap mode, so I'm gonna take a piss real quick. You can keep commentating.
Your dreams corrupted. Seeing the conflict of the episode involving the characters feed into the big bad plot.
Wow, they really seem like polar opposites and hate each other to the core. They hook up? And how tediously long do they drag that out? Oh, Jesus, just mail me the comedic answer to my office shredder.
That changes 30 episodes in, roughly. The point is, this review lacked insight. And I know he also said in the previous video, which I will also show a clip of right now, that he thought Sailor Moon was hot.
Nevertheless, you can't argue with good Japanese animation and their ability to put women in skirts that are so short that give new meaning to the term moon power.
I'm willing to give him a pass because he wasn't aware, and he admitted he wasn't aware and made light of the joke as well.
Why did I still put her in the top 11 hottest anime women list?
I didn't know! I swear I didn't know! I mean, look at the way they're drawn, man! I thought they were college or at the very least late high school. Wouldn't you have made that guess? Come on, look at the way they're showing them off! I swear, officer, I mean audience, I had no idea their real age. I mean, you might be saying to yourself, oh, what, did you grow up watching the show? Did you pay attention to it at all? No, I didn't!
But that kind of demonstrates the lack of research, doesn't it? If you did a little homework on the show, Doug, you'd know it's about a 14-year-old girl.
Okay, so John, so he's grilling Doug for basically putting like Usagi or whatever we're gonna call it. He's grilling her for putting her on like top 11 hottest animated ladies, basically, and he's grilling him for that because she's 14 in the show, right? So it's like. Yep. It's like you know that if you researched a bit more. Here's another great ass pause face.
I know. I was just thinking that. Hey, baby.
So many great pause faces.
This is how he approaches the girl at the bar. He's in this suit. Yeah. He's like, look at how fancy I am.
Yeah.
Sweet cheeks.
Yeah, it's like if you did a little bit more research, like up to episode 30, it's like you know that or whatever the hell.
Actually, this looks like the sleaziest used car salesman that you ever see, like approaching you. He's just like, so I see you looking at the Model T there. Yeah. He's like got the cheap suit, it's fucking tie that's not done right.
Yeah. I got some illegals working on the car in the back.
But like, with the Japanese things, that comes up all the fucking time. I mean, they're fucking weird about that over there. You even know that from Legend of Dragoon review that I did, where in the English subtitles they changed the one character's age to 18, and I'm like, and I was literally like during my playthrough, I'm like, oh thank God she's 18. I've been making all these fucking pervy jokes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but in the Japanese version, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And they're always animated, so it's always like, obviously it's harder to tell than a real person.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really blame Doug for that one. They're fucking super tall for being fucking 14 anyway.
Yeah.
It's always weird looking.
I mean, to be fair, I was like fucking 5 feet tall when I was 14. That's pretty tall for a 14-year-old where I come from.
To be fair to me, whenever I was perving out, I was actually younger than the Sailor Scouts because it was the late 90s and I was watching it as a kid.
Yeah, but
makes it okay.
No, really, John. Like, I'm like really fucking tall. Like, if I fell on someone, I would crush them to death. Anyway.
Must be a thing with YouTubers because like Mahler and Fringy and them are always talking about how tall they are. They're like, Rags, he's so short, he's like 5'10". I'm like, that's average height.
Yeah, anyway.
I'm just pointing out there. It's a big oversight to miss. How do you not know that? Yeah. Well, you don't know that because you didn't do any homework on it, and that's the key issue. He has a lot of interest in knowing more about media.
It's like, I'm sorry that I just watched a show and didn't fucking study like it was a college exam for it. Sorry.
He gets a certain interpretation of a movie, of an idea, of a story, and nothing. And once he gets that in his head, that's it. He kind of like, okay, I know what it is now. It doesn't conform to this idea, to this structure, to this narrative.
And he doesn't change it.
What's the point of all this, right?
So now he wants him to research every possible version of every story that he's ever going to review before he actually watches the thing. He's going to be bored with the subject before he ever even gets to watching it at that rate.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god.
It's like, I can't believe you watched Troy before reading the entire Iliad, Odyssey, and Aeneid. What's wrong with you? How could you possibly watch that movie?
How could you play like Total War, like Warhammer 40k, like Dawn of War without reading every single Warhammer 40k novel?
Don't they come out with like one of those a month?
Oh yeah.
I just remember hearing like a shit ton. Nobody knows even all the lore at this point.
Yeah.
Was a big deal. Why am I talking about these critics only from the perspective of their work as opposed to engaging with the histories around them? Which, granted, other people have done better than I could. But what am I bringing to the table here? Well, there's a video recently that came out, as I'm recording this actually. I was going to record it yesterday, but I chose again.
Nobody cares about your decision.
Just came out. Joe Apocalypse, for those who don't know, he's a critic who's been on YouTube for years. So there's a series of videos where he goes like, oh, this is such and such. And he'll have a little animated short where he sums up the show or movie or whatever and kind of give a quick little summary of what's going on in it. Very popular, very easy to watch, bite-sized little videos, 8 minutes, 9 minutes.
Quit advertising your buddy.
Yesterday of One Piece.
Old Peas is the story of Bruce.
Have you seen this
He plays things fast and loose.
And
Jesus, no.
It's a horrendous video. I think it's actually one of his worst videos.
I'm sure all of these guys are absolutely essential. How many of them could you possibly cut while telling the same story?
Wow.
Yes, at least 5 of them, because
Okay,
he
so John,
glosses
hang
over
on.
this massive.
Hey John, if you don't know, like, so obviously he's saying like, oh, all the characters I X'd out are irrelevant, right? You wanna know who one of the characters he X'd out is? Frankie. he X'd out one of the main fucking characters.
One of the crew members that's
Yeah.
like been with them since the 3rd or 4th. Well, it depends how you count the sagas.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like very early in the series.
Like, I get Frankie is like the least important of the main characters, but that doesn't mean he's not important.
Yeah,
Period.
he probably gets the least character development, I guess I would say. They're all important in that they all
big
serve
buff
different
cyborg
functions.
Man, yeah.
Well, and he's their engineer, so he literally makes their ship and like does all the maintenance for their ship and everything. Like he's their shipwright. It's like saying, oh, Chopper doesn't get a lot of character moments, but he's their doctor and always heals them afterwards. So like, oh, you could just cut him out of the story, just heal him at a hospital, like in Pokemon.
He's like, let me heal you up, and he slaps him with a first aid kit. Yeah.
Story in a couple of minutes, and just make statements about, oh, you can cut out half the characters in the show. They're not important. And Oda, what does Oda know about storytelling? He's just a hack.
Listen, the author has great ideas, but he's not always so good at the execution. Just look how long it takes for him to execute.
This review was it lacked insight. It spoke in big, broad strokes.
No, it wasn't bad.
Didn't really do the
because it
full
lacked
due diligence of the show.
insight. It wasn't bad because it lacked insight. It was bad because it was like freaking spiteful and vindictive. That's the reason, you dumbass.
I think it was just like Hot Take the video, it looks like,
Yeah,
where
it's
he's
like-
just like, I'm going to go against the grain and everything.
Yeah.
Because people always praise One Piece for its long-form storytelling and how it ties everything perfectly together, it makes everything matter, it has a bunch of inconsequential shit, or it seems like it's inconsequential, and then it comes back like 300 chapters later, where it's like, holy shit, that was actually setting this up, like...
And yeah, One Piece isn't perfect. It has a lot of flaws, but it still is worthy of respect. It's still worthy of...
Yeah.
Honoring. And so with Doug Walker, I saw a lot of the same echoes of Doug Walker's flaws in Jello Apocalypse's video.
Excitement and watch as Lucy has to punch the Batman in order to stop the natural disaster from crashing down and destroying an island that's shaped like a circle. This is every single arc.
Well, I don't know about Shaped Like a Circle, but I will say a lot of the finales for One Piece arcs are very predictable because the bad guy always has the perfect number of like significant henchmen that can match up perfectly with the crew. It was the most blatant in Alabasta, which is like the first like super big arc, because he literally labels his henchmen number 1, number 2, number 3, and they match up with like the first strongest crew member, the second strongest crew member, the third, and it was like it was pretty blatant. Like I knew from very early in the saga how these final matchups were going to go.
Yeah, like the Espada from Bleach, yeah.
It's like Zoro is the second strongest. He'll face number 1. Luffy is the strongest. He'll face Mr. Zero. It's like
That's literally the Espada from Bleach. They had a zero number guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Supportive friends pick up her slack. Pharaoh rubs Crystal Ball like a boob and sends Jedi out to create
Also,
monster
Sailor
and
Mars is the
forge
hottest.
to a pain energy.
He's on fire! He must be from the jungle! Whoa! You didn't tell me our boat was from the jungle!
That's
And
not
guess
even
what,
the
baby?
same thing.
He's from the jungle!
A bad credit card!
I saw the same issues. I saw the same mistakes. I saw
Why
the
did
same
he throw
problems.
the bat credit card joke in there?
I don't know. He's like Ant is comparing apples to oranges here. It's like he's saying it's like okay. So I've only seen like the first 4 episodes of One Piece, but I watched Raven Knight, sub to Raven Knight because he's a good fucking YouTuber. He is a big One Piece fan. He responded to this video. And basically, it's like he pointed out all the issues. Like, that's how I knew, like, Frankie was X'd out. So, he watched it. And he didn't understand the fucking, oh, they're from the jungle. He didn't get that. But then, like Doug is, like, he played Doug's recap of, like, what he thought the show was all like. It's like, this isn't the fucking same. Yeah, yes, Briscoe, do your fucking homework, Ant. This is not the fucking same. You need to do your homework, Ant, yes. Anyway.
And it just proved that we're doing the same thing Doug Walker did.
No.
In the modern era, there are so many videos that come out with give the same superficial kind of mimetic humor, where it's a reference to something else, or it's just a recap of a previously established thing. But we act like it's better.
Like your videos?
Polished about it. We're more self-aware about it, right? We're not echoing what came before. What we're really doing is we're just doing the same thing. It's just the same thing. There's so many
talking about.
Oh well, there's a TV show. Here's episode 50th of this TV show we just covered, and those are fun to watch. I'll watch them, but most of them just observational reviews. They're just looking at what's presented, going from the Watsonian perspective, and maybe including a gag at the show's expense or at the character's expense, what have you. What goes wrong is that we're not doing anything different. We're still in the same wheel.
Why do we need to do something like there's new media coming out? That's the different thing. We're commenting on something different. I'm sorry that we don't rapidly, like, you just need reviews to get more and more complicated as time goes on. Is that what you want? Like, the format is fine. It can work as it is. This is like a person who needs stories to get more and more meta as time goes on. Like, it can't just be a simple good versus evil comic book story now. It has to be, you know, self-observation of a self-observation of a self-observation.
Yeah.
And so, and then it becomes fucking, you know, subversion of expectations.
And these other reviewers were in 15, 16 years ago and got better then. Why are we doing this? Why do we keep repeating this?
Why not?
Well, much like Doug's mimetic humor, it's because the repetition of this style is easy to understand and appeals to a wide demographic, and thus there's more audience in it. If you go into the more in-depth, complicated analysis, you will isolate your audience. You will garner a devoted audience.
Everything needs the father needs an in-depth analysis.
Because really
or some
diving
shit.
into analysis like a good video essay does, that's hard. It's hard to do regularly, and it's hard to really communicate the ideas clearly to an audience.
And I am not going to make
simple is better, and that's what Doug Walker's.
And I am not going to make a fucking 6-hour analysis of like the fucking Malevolence arc this next Filoni Fridays, okay? I'm not gonna fucking do that. Yo, it doesn't fucking need it.
There's nothing deep if the material that you're criticizing isn't deep enough to make a deep analysis, then you would just be lying to people if you just made up a bunch of deep analysis about it. Like, what's Doug supposed to do with the first 10 episodes of Sailor Moon? He's supposed to be like, here's the deep symbology of her skirt that appears, and it's meant to represent her immaturity and these, like, he would just be bullshitting just like you always do. You want him to bullshit.
Briscoe, this guy needs to be slapped around like Faye Dunaway in the movie Chinatown.
He was my father. He was my brother. He was my father.
Yeah.
Success comes in. Even when the jokes were bad, which they often were, he was easy to comprehend, easy to digest, and to a young audience, an introduction.
It wasn't boring as shit like you, Jesus.
Yeah.
I think with going through all this whole thing, aside from seeing how great some critics are now versus when they started off, you know, growth and all that's important, I see a lot of myself in these people. There's a personal component to it. Aside from the suit I'm wearing. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Like, there's a sense of, okay, I see myself in these people. I see myself trying to put out what I think about film, I think about storytelling, I think about all this.
I don't know. I think it's the first time he's referenced it.
I was gonna say that I think.
His friends haven't appeared for like fucking half an hour at least. I feel like they just disappeared for most of this video.
Come on, John, we're all
That
3.5 minutes left.
whenever I revisit Doug, that is occurring to me again, and like, obviously, like that's part of the bit, and it was part of the time. But like, God, is he so negative? And like, maybe I'm being a little baby saying that, but I think
You
it
are,
kind of
yes.
set the stage for what honestly I have big problem with modern media criticism right now, where it's just like extremely negative and just very desperately and furiously misses the point, almost to the point where it seems intentionally, and like maybe like they were trying to do something novel there, but I think ultimately that's left
Theory is not overly negative. Come on.
Online in a very not so good way, like a very bad way.
Well, I agree in that people have taken it seriously, because for a lot of these angry reviewer types, it was supposed to be an over-the-top character, like especially with AVGN. It was a look at this nerd getting unreasonably angry at Nintendo games, and with Doug, it was the same thing. His character is supposed to be a bit of an unreasonable asshole.
Oh no, the games were still shit.
Didn't realize that it's a bit, and started like taking their kind of criticism literally. You know?
Oh, 100%. And the thing also is that with James, he
made
had
a whole
head
canon.
Stuff. With Doug, there was not really that much balance till much later.
I would say that also, unlike James, Doug's main issue is that not only did everybody else start taking it seriously, but I think he started taking it seriously too.
100%.
He tried to work
100%.
in some nuance to the point that the lines blurred and like the critic just became more of a reflection of his actual own genuine negativity.
And
I think
No, not the
really at the beginning
negativity.
it was a bit, but I don't think later on.
It became an analysis of like his actual feelings. I would actually agree with the fact that it became more like him, but not the fact that it's overly negative. And also, these guys are fucking playing characters too. Do you think the critical drinker acts like this with his family? Like, are you that fucking retarded?
Do you think I literally? Do you think? Okay, all right. I'm gonna break kayfabe for a minute here, but do you really think like do you really think I walk up to like all my family at like family gatherings like, hey guys, behold the holy rubber band gun? No, I look fucking retarded. All right, I'm back.
You're like, don't chill and drive.
It's like here, break kayfabe further. It's like this fucking thing cannot kick in Oko anything worth a damn. Okay, anyway, I'm back.
It was
Alright,
still
I'm
a
back
bit.
in kayfabe
Well,
now.
You see that reflected a lot when he brought back the Nostalgia Critic and how he was talking about it then, where like he started to feel bad about being so negative all the time, and he was like kind of analyzing and criticizing his own work in his own dorky way.
But I think he got rid of the negativity, and I think the character itself is birthed from frustration. I think that's whereas like with the AVGN, I think it was birthed from just James messing around with like of a quarter and talking about a game that that no one else cared about. He felt. I feel like Doug drew from a lot of existential like quarter life crisis kind of stuff, which I think does lead to a more negative outlook. I feel personally.
What the
We are
fuck?
just echoes of what came before, but it's up to us to decide if we choose to repeat full
So is
sale what
Ant
someone did
saying-
before versus
saying Doug
what we can do.
Walker's just depressed.
I don't know. He was getting way into the psychoanalysis there, and it's just like, dude, I think you're reading way too far into it. I think you're going human help or whatever that guy's name
Human
was.
help, yeah.
Yeah. Are we going to be a meme like Doug, where we just repeat ourselves, stuck in?
You already are a meme,
Doug
bro.
has gotten better at times. He has demonstrated growth since the Wall review, but the problem is he's also not produced.
Are you his parent?
As noteworthy as the Wall review, so no one cares.
What are you, fucking his corrections
Sometimes
officer?
it's better to be terrible than it is to be good, because at least terrible, you remember it.
Wow, how poignant.
I have a challenge. Can you go back just a few frames to the purple smoky guy?
Yeah.
All right, chat. I have a challenge for you.
Oh God.
Make this guy a Tumblr sexy man immediately.
What?
That's an order. That's an order.
You can pair him with the Tim Curry smoke from Fern Gully.
Have them be boyfriends.
No.
Oh.
They're dating. They're on the same page.
Yeah.
There he
Except
goes.
he's the slightly healthier one because the other one's actual smog.
Why are you laughing
Yeah,
at the
true.
gay fantasy, Ant, you homophobe?
What's a paladin?
That's what you ended on, huh? What's a
Christ on
paladin?
a bike.
All right, now we
Well-
just got a 48-minute retrospective on the Lob City Lakers, and then we'll be done.
Yeah. Alright, no, I gotta log off now, but yeah, if there's one thing we can be grateful walking away from this shit show is that I definitely think that this was higher quality than the original time I looked at this video with Noah. And this is so high quality, I'm deleting that one, so sorry anyone who liked that video.
Just like Lindsay Ellis deleting your old stuff.
Hey man, at least I'm deleting shit because I gotta keep quality of my channel up. So
Yeah, whereas
yeah,
she deletes the best shit that everybody liked her for.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, I'm out of here. So if you guys enjoyed this stream, please give it a thumbs up. Comment below if you want more streams like this. Subscribe. Alright, and we'll see. Oh, fuck. I'm so tired. I'm fucking up my outro. And I'll see you guys next